Yes, good morning, everyone. Oh, there he is, right there. One of our vice guys is being held hostage in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
U.S. journalist held hostage.
Simon, I don't know how to say his last name.
Man, we're friends with all those guys. Hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Got to get Shane on the show, man.
Yeah, huh?
Simon
LeBon.
Ostrovsky.
Simon LeBon.
But he's with those, the pro-Russian, I don't know if they're rebel forces or what they're called in the Ukraine.
Right.
But, I think he has a shot at being okay, because their statement, at least, they admitted that they had him and that they were just investigating something, so.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah?
Right.
Is it reasonable?
That should work out all right, hopefully.
Yeah, it's like usually the religious groups that really scare me, so hopefully they're not religious zealots.
Right. All right.
Scary.
Here we are for another day of broadcasting.
Indeed. Hi, everybody.
We got Anthony Bourdain and Sebastian Bach coming in studio today. That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
We haven't seen Anthony Bourdain in a while. Another friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of his show. Although I haven't watched this season yet.
Uh-oh.
I usually,
You're going to tell him that or try to...
No, I'll tell him that.
I'll just try to, muddle through.
No, I'll tell him that, but I'll also tell him how great that Detroit episode was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I freaking loved it. And it set me down a course of searching out all sorts of videos about Detroit. On YouTube and seeing some of those documentaries and
I always pile on to Jimmy's watching of some program when we have a guest.
Yeah.
Jimmy goes, yeah, I saw it. It was great. I liked the way, and I go, oh, yeah. and then they look at me like, oh, he saw it too. It's great. And I'm like, oh.
All right, I do that too.
And I'm lying to begin with, so.
You just jump on Jimmy's back.
Shit.
Because Jimmy's like a go-getter. He still watches all this stuff and reads the books. We gave up on that, at least 5-6 years ago?
Isn't it more interesting to hear the person talk about it?
Right.
I like to be surprised.
I represent the person that hasn't seen it yet. You know what I mean? So I asked the questions maybe that person would ask.
Yeah.
Man, your boy is a dummy. You're a Yankees fan, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Are you a Yankees fan?
Sure.
I just tweeted the picture for the rest of the country, but Michael Pineda, is that how you say it? Or
Pineda?
Pineda, how do you say it?
Pineda, patata.
It might be Pineda because it doesn't have that over the end.
Pineda, yeah, it doesn't have the little wacky thing.
Travis?
Pineda.
So Michael Pineda, freaking pitches for the Yankees. And very recently, it seems like it was only a week ago, right?
Yeah, yep.
He got caught. He didn't officially get caught. But,
no, he squeaked by.
But there were suspicions about him using some pine tar.
Yeah.
And it was on the ball, I believe.
It was
right?
on his hand.
And it was on his hand, like on the side or whatever, on the top, right? Hand. And they investigated, and they were basically... They didn't have anything, but
no, he went into the dugout, came back out, and they were checking it when he came back out, and he had already gotten rid of it.
He washed it off, but
yeah,
but they did have some pictures and still.
Oh, and it was obvious,
and it was very obvious, but they did not catch him officially.
Yeah,
and it was a huge sports story. I think most of the people that follow sports understand that. So what does this dummy do? The next time he plays the same team, the Red Sox. He does it again.
Wouldn't you think that if you're playing the Sox again,
right,
and it's the first time you're pitching since that last thing happened, that they're all just going to be looking at you and seeing if you have
because they all felt like he got away with it,
right?
So they were mad, and they're like, okay, he's pitching again, so let's take a closer look.
Close look.
So they find the pine tar right on his neck.
On his neck.
So his thinking may have been, they'll never think I'm doing this since we just had it. It's so obvious he's decided to go for it.
But hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, but that's just dumb, I think.
Pretty stupid.
So what happens? They kicked him out of the game, and he's going to be in Dutch.
He'll get some suspension time.
Yeah, Yanks hurler ejected for neck goop, and the picture. That's on the front page of all the papers today, and like I said, I tweeted if you want to check it out. It's painfully obvious.
Yeah.
The pine tar on his neck makes it look like he has some kind of open wound. And what did he assume, that the pine tar just blends in with his skin type?
With his skin color, yeah. Like a white guy can't get away with spreading pine tar on his neck. No one will see it.
What did Travis say before the show? That was really funny, Travis. You were the one that said...
Oh, Nolan Ryan wouldn't be able to get away with it.
No. Nolan Ryan with pine tar on his neck.
No.
Yeah, they...
If I was one of these guys that thought the pine tar was close to my skin color, I would have just... done my entire face.
You think you do your entire face and neck?
It just looked very shiny and sweaty.
And the umps would be sitting there going, "I'd like to say something, but is this racist? Because what if we accuse him of pine tar all over his face, but he doesn't have it? Then we're racists."
Those guys used to hide on their uniform. Like they would have these pre-pitch rituals, like where they would just touch the shoulders. They the hat brim is a hack. You can't do the hat brim.
School, right?
But they used to do that. It started with the hat brim, and then people were like, "Okay, we're on to the hat brim." So then you're right. They hit it elsewhere. The Negroes were known for that, right?
And Rolly fingers.
Rolly did it.
He used to hide something under the hat.
It was the wax.
Oh, you think it was the wax in his mustache?
On his roly-poly mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, those knuckleballers, man. Those guys that need the ball to just dip and drop and do all that weird shit.
What was the other one's name? What? Gaylord?
Gaylord Perry.
Gaylord Perry.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Why would you name your son Gaylord?
Gaylord.
Oh, my God.
I guess that used to be like a classy name.
You want to talk about
royalty.
Words hurt.
Yes.
That's a rough one.
Gaylord.
You can't name your kid Gaylord. You just can't.
No.
I'm in a lot of playgrounds. There's no more Gaylords.
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you right now.
No Gaylords out at the schools?
No, that name has gone away. Oh, I was just talking about my kids indirectly. Sorry about that. I apologize.
Yawn.
So, that's going to be a problem for Michael Pineda.
Yeah, no one
Michael
seems
Pineda.
to really... no one seems to really care. Joe Girardi's not like, this can't happen. We're outraged. He's just like, it was cold. He was trying to put something on his hands to get a little extra grip.
But I think most of these guys are trying to, get away with a little something.
A little advantage.
Right? Yeah.
Well, they lost the game, by the way.
To the Sox.
Yeah.
That's good. How many games to go? 192.
It's like a fuckload.
Jesus,
and
cares.
Doesn't matter at this point.
I was down in Philly last weekend, and they had the Phillies on, and I'm just sitting there remembering when I used to be a baseball fan, and I'm sitting there. It was a good game, too, and this game just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think times have just changed. A shorter baseball schedule would be amazing. It would be amazing if you played every team in your division just once.
Yeah.
Once.
Knock it down.
Knock it down to 80 games. That would be an amazing season.
A lot of money to be made with all those games, though.
But maybe there's another way they could, figure out how to, get that money or something. I don't know. I think it would just be unbelievable if you had like an 80-game season. Wow, this video is everywhere. Look, they're pointing to his neck. Oh, yeah. The ump had to like touch it.
Oh my!
It's like, you're out of here.
Right.
That's tar on the side of Pineda's neck. You can see that sort of streak there along
so
the right side.
obvious.
That's really obvious in college.
From the game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Sox ride the arm of John Lack.
That's it.
In the paper, you can kind of see it.
Kinda. I think it's obvious in the paper too.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is so obvious. What is he thinking?
Maybe he put it in the same spot, hoping everyone would think it's a birthmark.
Right.
And they watch the way you touch your neck.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
especially if they were suspicious that you were doing it last time.
That's just it.
You would think he would just hang low for a while and go, okay, I think I'm safe. Let me try this again.
They're gonna look.
And they feel the ball. They'll feel the ball. The umpires will, give me that ball. They'll feel it something.
No, that's got to be just embarrassing. Now you're walking off the field because you're cheating.
You're a cheater.
Well, there's something so old school about getting busted with pine tar or like Vaseline on your fingers.
Really is.
I don't think the players give a fuck. They know that happens.
Yeah.
They get it.
They didn't even know until Ortiz saw it on TV and told his manager, and then they checked him out, according to Sal in Tampa. Really? They didn't notice. Sal, that's how it went down, huh?
Yeah, so Ortiz is watching it in the clubhouse, and all of a sudden he comes out, because Pineda didn't have it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then Ortiz comes out and whispers to Farrell, he's got pine tar on his friggin' neck. And you could see him. You could see Ortiz laughing. And Farrell waited like one pitch and went out there and told the ump. When the ump walks out there, the ump's checking the glove. You've probably seen it on the video.
Yeah.
The glove. And Pineda's facing the opposite way, so like he doesn't think he's ever going to check the right side of his neck. and they asked Farrell before the game, do you think there'll be any pine tar issues? And Farrell said something to the effect of, well, if there is, I hope he hides it better.
Oh, my God. And
put it right on his neck.
Look at the video. They're showing it.
Oh, my God.
Look how obvious that
He's
is.
one of these dummies that wears his hat to the side, too. The guy, he's not too bright, I don't think.
What that is, it looks like a bright, shiny, like he was lacquered on the side of his neck.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not old school TV. Everyone has
HD now, so yeah, you're just looking at it.
If you're watching the game in the 70s, you might be able to get away with that.
That's funny,
Even the 80s, but
yeah.
everything is pretty much 3D, HD.
It's right there in your face.
4D. Thank you, Sal, for filling in the blanks on that one.
That's pretty obvious.
It's a great story because it's so ridiculous.
Xbox, go to news.
Oh. Xbox. Oh, what's the matter? You don't like talking to your Xbox?
It ignores me.
Oh,
no,
it's not
Jimmy, it can't ignore you.
Nothing happens. The Xbox just owns my TV, and I turn it on, and I look at the Xbox joystick thing, and nothing moves.
No, Jimmy, it works. I swear.
Good for it.
Maybe your
Xbox.
Maybe your voice is too weak.
Yeah, maybe it is. I'm like, Xbox. They whisper.
There's more to this story, by the way. Chris in Boston. I hope we have this clip that he's referring to. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Yeah, it's obvious to everybody except from Miss Waldman and Mr. John Sterling.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God, we need that clip.
If you pull the clip, it sounds like they don't even have, like, a TV in front of them, so they have no idea what's going on.
What, they're like, he's getting thrown out, but they have no idea?
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, the dummy goes, oh, and Derek Jeter's there. Like he's going to do something.
Derek Jeter knew!
I do want to hear that clip.
Can we find that?
Stupid Susan Waldman. Any opportunity to hear the wonderful Susan Waldman
with her heavy Boston accent as she's a Yankees fan.
There's obviously pine tar all over his neck, John. Get checking him, John. I don't see it. I'm sure. That's wicked stupid.
It's fucking... All right, Chris.
On the television, it's obvious.
Oh, obvious, right.
All right, see you later.
All right. The difference between pine tar and Vaseline, do we need to go this deep?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, Joe.
Being a former pitcher, and I'm not defending the Yankees because I fucking hate the Yankees.
Right.
I'm a Sox fan. But the difference between pine tar and like Vaseline is pine tar is used in cold weather so you can keep a grip on the ball.
Yeah.
Where Vaseline's used to where you can manipulate the ball to get more spin for like a nasty ass curve or a nasty slider. So I don't see where the big deal is about the pine tar because, I mean, rosin is basically like baby powder. It doesn't really help. So I don't know what the big deal is, and that's coming from a Sox fan. So
I would assume if there's anything on the ball that these guys know how to manipulate it and get a little something extra out of it.
They've been saying that it's people do it all the time.
Right.
They use pine tar, but just don't fucking make it obvious. It's one of those things like. And don't do it the week after you were fucking called out for doing it. Like in the news, he's just an idiot for doing this. He's very stupid.
Dip a couple of fingertips in the pine tar before you go out to the mound. All right, it's going to wear off, but you get a few pitches in, you know?
Yeah.
What will pine tar do to the ball? What exactly does it do?
Just makes it stickier.
What we did in college was our catcher kept it on his shin guards.
Oh.
And he would wipe his hand on the shin guard, throw the ball back to you, get a little tackiness to it. That way in cold weather, nothing's ever said.
No, it's funny. Like, we suck so bad, we could probably dip the whole baseball in pine tar, and nothing would happen when we threw it.
Please, we wouldn't even know the difference.
These guys don't know how to manipulate it.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Yeah, you just can't make it. You can't have it smeared on your neck like he had.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And then act like, what? There was a whole what?
Was he doing what?
A little bit. What?
I did. What? Oh, that?
Nothing better than the what. What?
It said in the paper here, Pineda's obvious violation forced Red Sox to cry foul, and they show a photo. And it's like picture a dark black Band-Aid on his neck. That's how obvious it is.
Oh, yeah.
Very obvious.
Yeah, that's a really, really stupid.
Anyway.
You got some excitement.
Sam, did The Undertaker die last night?
What happened?
Someone's on hold.
No.
Okay.
Boy.
All right.
Jesus. All of a sudden, the collective fucking,
Yeah, Tom, you're a liar. You're just lying. Oh, he hung up. Okay. So that's a huge story today, though, the pine tar.
Yeah.
Also a huge story today is Todd Pettingale's interview with All Access. You were talking about this on your Twitter last night, Ed, a little bit. This thing is brutal. This radio business is fucking awful.
Yeah.
We probably should have moved on from this years ago, because now it's just embarrassing to be part of this.
I'm kind of glad we're out of that portion of radio where people are still doing that interview.
Right. We never did this interview, thank God.
He did an interview with All Access, which is one of the trade
It's a big deal.
sites and
All
magazines.
Access is a big deal still,
Yeah.
and especially the regular radio world.
And that interview could have been taken and just put in a magazine from the 80s or 90s on radio.
Right.
There's nothing new happening there. It's full of the same cliches. The funniest part was reading when him and his staff wake up and go in and leave.
What?
It's like, for that show,
Right.
he should be able to show up at fucking 5 minutes to 6, and he winds up like, well, I get in at 3:30. It's
What?
and then he's there until late into the afternoon.
Doing what?
Exactly. That's what I'm reading this going, what is he doing?
Practicing his fake voice in the sales department?
Coming up with the wacky names for the phone calls?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We talk way more, and I get here a half hour early just because I like to just sit and just chill out.
Yeah.
You guys roll in about 5-10 minutes before the show.
I like to walk in
good.
halfway
Now
through
Tim's gonna be
ecstasy.
yelling. No, it's about 15 minutes.
I was exaggerating for the radio. Tim.
No, I get in about 5 minutes up. That's Answer's always here when I'm here. I literally walk in. Da, 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 da. Hi guys, how are you? I take the hat off and I see that light going outside.
It's outside.
But if you know what you're doing, and if you're, prepping the whole day, like,
Yes.
as much as we joke about it, as soon as the show's over, I'm starting to think about the next show, and you're jotting little things down, or punching it into your phone, and you're just trying to be aware the entire day. So I don't understand why we would have to be here at 3:30, like he's doing.
3:30.
And then he leaves in the afternoon?
And he's like, and the staff knows what I expect of them.
Oh, what
He goes, yeah, I know. He goes, the staff knows what I expect of them, and that's everything.
Oh, God.
It's the worst. I read this just going, imagine having to be around this fucking motherfucker.
I didn't like the way he opened it, neither the way he dressed Todd. Didn't that seem kind of
Scott?
shitty?
Scott,
Scott, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yes, he did.
Well, I mean, we could pick our favorite questions because this is a long article, but I think a lot of our audience knows the Scott and Todd Show, of course, from Jocktober, and now they've split up, and we're Team Scott all the way because Jim, pointed it out, and we all jumped on board that Todd's the problem.
Yes.
For a while, we thought Scott was the problem, like he was just an old guy that maybe his time has passed, but he's proven that no, he's still capable of doing it, and sounds way better than he did with the Scott and Todd Show.
I would love to hear Todd's side of this for real. Like, I would love to ask him what happened. Wouldn't it be funny if Scott Todd was really the nice guy, and you said what happened? It was like, every day I'm in the office, and Scott would walk in and spit on me. Like, if he has some legit reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I've heard things. He's a little full of himself.
Todd?
Oh, God.
Please give us a short recap on the Scott and Todd era and 23 years together. Listen how he describes 23 years with Scott Shannon. Scott Shannon, who brought him in, by the way. These fuckers.
Yeah.
Scott brings Todd in, and this is the thanks he gets.
Yep.
He would have never made it to New York if Scott didn't decide to bring him in. It was a great run, but I think, like Leno and Letterman, Scott decided it was time to move on and hang up the headphones in the hot AC format. Like the hot AC format is still a young, hip format.
Oh, yeah.
He's turning 70 this year, and God bless him. I only hope to live that long. Doing oldies is right in his wheelhouse.
That's like saying he just deserves to go to the home.
Out to pasture.
Yeah, out to pasture, right.
Exactly. That's what he's trying to.
Folks home.
But Todd isn't a young guy either. So
No.
what is he talking about?
You know, that really is a
I think he's older than us. I really believe that.
Wouldn't you respect him more if they didn't like each other? If he said, look, we stopped getting along after a while, and he went there and I stayed here. That
Honesty?
I would respect
Please.
that, though. If he just said, look, we stopped getting along.
Right.
Like, okay, yeah, happens.
Right. Hold on a minute. We got a Gaylord on the line. We got to
Sam,
take
you're-
all, we got to take all Gaylord phone calls today. Gaylord.
Yes, hello.
I'm sorry that we were laughing at your name earlier.
It's okay. I'm a junior, and my family wants to pass on the name to my son, and I fucking refuse.
Oh my God, you can't name your kid Gaylord.
Or name him GL.
Right.
And it gets worse. My nickname, they don't call me Gay, they call me Gail.
Gail?
Yeah.
Oh, God. How do you work? I'm trying to think. All right. What could you be called? Gaylord. Because the obvious would be everyone to just call you Gay.
Yeah.
Gay.
Do they call you Lord? But that's too pompous.
Your Highness?
Right.
Yeah.
It's
and they can't do anything with my last name, because my last name sucks too.
What is it?
McGillicuddy.
It is not.
Oh, no. Well, listen here, Miss McGillicuddy.
There's no way your name is Gaylord McGillicuddy.
Junior, to make it worse.
Gee, Miss McGillicuddy.
Well, let me tell you a little story about the Opster. My mom stepped in. I'm supposed to be, and this is the truth, Frederick Wilfred Hughes III.
Oof.
And my mom stepped in when I was born and said, Hannah! Hannah!
Hell no.
And she broke the chain. She said, no fucking way are we naming our son Frederick Wilfred Hughes III.
That's an older gentleman name.
That's brutal, right?
Hey, this is Gaylord McGillicuddy.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta be disloyal to my partner who brought me in. And now I'm the young hip guy.
At what, 55 years
Yeah.
old, I would guess?
AARP I belong to.
Can I have a straw?
Nope, didn't hear you.
Bye, guys.
All right, thank you,
Damn it.
Gaylord.
I'm so happy.
He didn't.
See, I can't believe there's Gaylords out there. That's crazy.
Gaylord.
We had the Sterling Waldman
good.
Pinetta clip.
Yeah.
When you just put the pine tar on your taint, because then they'll pass
gonna
to like
check that. He's got to
he
get
has
in
to
there.
go. He has to get in there and poke around.
He's got to get in there.
Imagine if before he pitched, he reached his hand down his pants and had to brush by his asshole. How obvious that would be.
Oh, put it in between your ball bag and your leg. Perfect place.
Then you put your hand down your pants. That's good.
That's easy to do.
Yeah, just in my cup.
Right. And then you just wipe it on that seam and get some
Nice.
pine tar and some of that scrotum sweat. Oh, Jesus.
Like a ball smell like an onion.
Right.
There was something very, I don't know, watching that big, fat, white umpire inspecting the black gentleman.
And poking them.
It was something very like, all right, people, let's line up here. And
It was almost like he was checking his bone structure.
Right, exactly.
Very Giamatti of him.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
He was very careful, though, to how he poked them.
He was very careful, but there was something very kind of, all right, people, let's all get in line here.
Right. Right. So this.
Hey,
So we got John Sterling and Susan Waldman
Can I have
talking,
a straw, Kenny?
talking about the pine tar incident. I guess they didn't know.
Now, here's John Farrell. And if you say to me, well, why is he out? I have no idea.
Now, look, even if you didn't see the fucking pine tar and didn't know anything, wouldn't you assume that because of what happened the last time he pitched against the Red Sox, that I have no idea that you could speculate like maybe they're checking him for pine tar?
And he has his monitors in front of him.
Right.
It's so obvious that there's something going on his neck. You have no idea.
None.
This is your world. You live and breathe this.
Yeah.
Where's your awareness to go, well, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going to say the exact same thing you did. But, yeah, you break it down and go, okay, why would he be out there? And then you quickly go through the Rolodex. Okay, wait, last
week.
Okay, so maybe at least bring that up.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has anything to do with Pineda.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. All right.
Well, and it evidently does.
And here's Jerry Davis going to the mound.
And he's going to talk to Pineda.
And, of course, that means that sooner or later Joe Girardi will come out. He looks at his hand. Now he looks at the glove.
Look at the crowd.
He's looking at the hand.
His hand is clean.
Both hands are clean. Now they're looking at the belt. Derek Jeter's standing right there.
They were doing fine until that. Posada knew.
Oh, my God.
There's no need to know that. Big smile. Yeah. Yeah, Jeter has a bulldog at home. Stop throwing in impertinent information. No one cares.
It would be horrible at Clue. Jesus. Still not even a guess?
No.
Looking at the belt. Derek Jeter's standing right there. He was the first one over there looking at the back of the neck.
And he got thrown out of the game. So Pineda must have had something on his neck. Don't worry about it. The Yankees will do this with Boston pitchers. So Pineda's been thrown out of the game.
And Farrell's got every right to do that, but let me tell you, two of their pitchers are known to use stuff. And this is going to start something that maybe John Farrell isn't going to want to start by the end of the year.
Yeah, his pitchers put oil in their hair, so they go back and touch their long, stringy hair to put something on the ball. This goes on in baseball all the time and has since it began. But now Girardi has to get himself a pitcher.
Well, too bad you got caught. That's the way it is.
But I understand they're Yankees fans.
Yeah.
Yankee fans, whatever. But, I mean, the guy almost got caught last time, so, you put the ump in a bad position,
right.
So he has to call it this time.
Got to.
He has to. And you also can't make it just blatantly obvious like he did.
What a tool. Look at this giant.
There you go. You're good.
Look ridiculous.
Yeah, they have to throw him out, though. And that's baseball. You get pine tar, you get busted.
Yeah.
You get booted.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
All right, back to the Todd Pettengill interview for All Access. Working on my John Sterling.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Almost there.
It's pretty good.
So, what's different about the Todd Show now that readily apparent? So what's different about the Todd Show now that readily apparent? That doesn't make sense, sort of. It's missing something.
Probably an S. Hold on, what are you saying? So what's different about the Todd Show now that readily apparent? It should be that is readily apparent.
Right? Okay. And this is what Todd says as the young kid in town. I think we joke about how young we are. I think it's pretty obvious that we're not as young as we. But this guy is really trying to make everyone believe he's a young go-getter.
New kid in town. New kid on the block.
He did 23 years with Scott Shannon, and he did a bunch of years before that.
Yeah.
It's a faster-paced, it's a faster-paced, more aggressive, audience-first, lifestyle show. It's more visible, topical, and local. In the past, takes another shot at Scott Shannon.
Yeah.
Scott would talk about things he called knuckleheads, which were the weird stories from around the country. Now, we talk about the real stories from our community and the things that directly relate to the target audience.
Do you do that during the phony phone calls that aren't real?
Yeah. Yeah, is that the real? And what is he talking about?
And what's wrong with
stories from the community?
Local New York stories.
I know, but who cares?
See, we were in that world, and when we were syndicated on regular radio, that's how they attacked us. Like, hey, they can't do local stuff, so make sure you do local stuff.
No one cares.
No one cares if you're entertaining. If you're entertaining, it doesn't matter if it's some national story or even just taking a local story and going with it.
Yeah.
So, and those weird stories still work.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where they're fucking from.
He's making fun of the fact that Scott Shannon used to do those weird stories. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that get the people talking around the water cooler.
Yeah.
And calling the show, right?
You think people that watch a video on YouTube care where it's from?
Right.
That's not a local video.
You play about 4 songs an hour from 6 to 10 a.m. during the show. Wow. God, I wish we could do that.
Shows the audience.
How easy would that be? The guy plays 4 songs an hour and he gets to work at 3:30 in the morning?
Unbelievable.
4 songs is what? Let's say
16 minutes, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, knock it down slightly. So let's say 15 minutes, and then you got at least 20 minutes of commercials an hour.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So now you only have to talk for 25 minutes an hour.
Yep.
And they're not even doing that because then you squeeze in the traffic and the weather.
Oh yeah.
When Scott was on the air, he would be doing his True Oldies show at the same time. So many times he would be out of the room and we'd throw in another record. Now it's all about the content. We play the hottest songs in the morning. Who cares? No one cares you play the hottest songs in the morning because they could get it a million other ways.
Right.
So if you're not playing that song, they're going to find it somewhere else immediately, and they're all right with that. You're never going to be able to compete with the fact that people could get songs like that.
I was walking to the Comedy Store the other night. I have a mouthful of food. I apologize, and I wanted to hear what's the song I love? Rusty Cage, but I wanted to hear the original.
Right.
Oh. I just downloaded it on McDougal Street, and I had it in one block.
Right.
Well, you got to do.
This is amazing. Where we are in life,
isn't it? Yeah, instant gratification.
That's a guy out of touch if he's still selling the fact that they play the hottest songs in the morning. When we do artist interviews, we keep it to the major core artists like Bruno Mars and Katy Perry. We keep the talk short and sweet, which means you have nothing to say.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Because if you got something going on, it doesn't matter if you talk for a long time. With strong sound nuggets.
Ew.
Sound nuggets.
And put the rest into our Toddcasts.
The Toddcast.
And other audio and video offerings.
Ugh.
Yuck.
It sounds like a podcast.
Yeah, it does sound like podcast.
The reason why we are, doing this is because this is radio. This is regular radio.
Regular radio.
We obsess about this because this is just being done in every city in the country, and it's just horrible.
There is one thing I do like about this.
Yeah.
They ask them, you're on from 6 to 10 a.m., Monday through Saturday.
Right.
When do you all meet for show prep? And what time do you arrive, and when do you call it a day?
Right. What's his answer?
The support staff, and I think we should adopt this policy.
What?
The support staff
But we don't have
arrives
to.
at 3:30 a.m. Yeah, that's what it says.
3:30.
Now, I think maybe you guys could start getting here at 3:30.
You're not going to finish that? Just that part is what you want to instill?
Oh. And we have our first meeting. I like that, too.
Right.
We have our first meeting at 5:20 a.m.
Oh, my God.
Do you think at the end of every meeting they put their hands in the middle and they all go, all right, guys, let's remember, keep it mediocre.
We outline the entire show and then adjust on the fly if something takes off.
Which has
like
yet
the listeners.
to happen.
See, for guys that want to try to make it in radio, because we get those tweets and emails all the time, do not outline your entire show.
Oh,
that is the worst thing you can do, because then you feel like you got to stick to that schedule.
Right.
You got to be prepared. We're prepared. But we're very unorganized. We do not have an outline. We have a whole bunch of little things we could possibly go to. But like yesterday, Ant decided to talk about tin knocking. It came out of nowhere, and it was a great 40-minute segment. But they wouldn't be able to do any of that because they would be panicking that, like, oh, God, we have the funny song segment or whatever the fuck.
We can't not play it.
Right, because they're expecting the funny song segment.
And then Todd goes, I arrive between 4 and 4:30 a.m.
To do what?
Oh, my God. When Todd is arriving, all full of piss and vinegar, I'm snoozing on me pillow.
Absolutely. Sometimes you're doing the same thing when Todd is done for the day.
He goes, I arrive between 4 and 4:30, and they leave when the job is done.
God, what a pompous asshole.
Some days that's 11 a.m., other days it's 4 p.m.
What?
If the job is to suck, they should leave at 10 a.m. It's done.
We're done here.
That means you got an extremely tired staff.
Yeah.
That is scared to leave early.
My normal day at the station goes well into the afternoon.
Oh, why?
Since I jump into the sales and promotional end of things when the show prep is done. So he what does he put on his?
He takes meetings all day.
His sales hat.
He takes meetings all day.
He takes those meetings.
Walks around the hall. And
he
goes,
looks
right,
like a guy that loves a good meeting.
Let me step into the promotional office and see what's going on.
Hey, guys, what do we got today?
And they
Let's sit down and discuss.
Same as yesterday, Todd. Nothing. Nothing.
They probably watch him come down the 12. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, fuck.
Right.
I hope this goes quick.
Right.
Hey, what can we do to promote my show? How about we just show a bunch of empty beehives because there's no buzz?
You described the Todd Show as having a whole new vibe, sort of like reality TV on the radio.
What does that mean, first of all?
How does that work? Well, he's going to explain it.
Uh-huh.
We can learn something here.
Thank goodness.
It's honest. No one is playing a role here.
Really? You don't even use your real voice.
We like to say it's real life, real people, and real funny.
Wow.
It's none of those things.
Wow.
It's literally none of those things.
None.
There's no us and them. If you're trying to be something you're not, people could smell it. He did not say this. He says, if you're trying to be something you're not, people could smell it a mile away.
Oh, yeah?
He does 4 prank phone calls a show that are fake.
Right.
Yeah,
that are completely fake. You're not allowed to do prank phone calls, especially on regular radio.
But he's keeping it real.
So how is that keeping it real? And you don't think people could smell that a mile away, that they're all fake and set up?
You think he believes this, or do you think he knows? He's like, oh boy, am I fucking...
He's probably trying to,
bullshitting this motherfucker.
Trying to get a pine tar ball past
Is he doing that?
past the batter. People only get to know you if you're being you. Oh, God. I don't know why I hate this guy. I've never met him.
Yeah.
I've never met the guy.
We've heard he's not the nicest.
But I think
he's just everything that's...
I feel he's everything that is wrong with this business.
He's every fucking PD that thought they had the plan for us. Ugh.
Think he's hacky?
Oh, God, is he ever?
Oh, boy. No defined roles. Explain. It's the SNL mentality.
Oh,
he's comparing himself to SNL.
No, he's comparing himself to fucking, what's his name?
Lorne Michaels.
Lorne Michaels.
What?
Oh, yeah. Like, look at this.
Oh, my God.
See? Yeah, right? So his
so what? He sits around and he kind of looks at his nails,
right?
You know
and
what I mean?
Like, all right, guys,
all right, come on in. I'm ready.
Entertain me.
I'm ready for you all.
Bring on the fool.
So he says, my team pitches me content, and I have the final say as to what goes on. So what does he give, a thumbs up or down?
Right.
They all know what's expected of them, which is everything. Oh, God.
Oh, man. You think they're just running around trying to please Todd?
Of course they are. Yeah. If you're only worried about what you do, you're not seeing the whole field. Opening up to make sure everyone knows every job makes it a lot tougher for things to fall through the cracks.
Everyone knows every job. Do you think he's got, like, the producer's got to know about sales and promotion and all that shit, and he's just making people stay much too late.
The problem,
I want to go home.
Just be a funny guy.
Right.
Like, instead of all this shit, just be funny.
Right.
And stop doing the fucking fake, phony voice. It stinks, dude.
Hey.
It's not funny. It's fucking 2014. That's an 80s thing.
It certainly is.
Want to keep going? This is kind of working.
This is all I want to do today is read and reread this interview.
Yes.
How do you keep from walking all over each other? We don't worry about it. There's a natural give and take that you just feel. The same way you do at a dinner party. The worst thing you could do is hire people and then tell them not to talk till you point at them. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
That sounds like
someone
something.
got pointed at.
Sounds like maybe that was Scott's way.
Was that?
But he's a little pussy boy, and he's not brave enough to say that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like that's a Scott thing.
I'll point at you.
I'll point at you, and then you talk.
And you talk right there.
Team Scott, though, boys and girls.
Oh, yeah.
Are there occasions when it gets a little loud? Absolutely.
Don't read the next line. Don't read it.
Oh, no.
But that's when
I can't hear it.
But that's when the party gets better.
The party gets better. Yeah.
By the way, what old lady says the way you do at a dinner party?
A dinner party?
Who the fuck has a dinner party?
We like it to seem like a cotillion when we're in there.
You know, it's going great when the dead caretaker spills avocado all over your jacket. It's a dinner party. There's a guy in a bunny rabbit outfit blowing someone else.
You know, you really hit the nail on the head.
Per second.
If you're trying to sound young and hip, you can't say dinner party.
Dinner party.
No, you don't.
That's crazy.
Wow. That's good.
You want to meet the team, or
you know what?
There's a few things in here, though.
It's
meet the team. Todd Pettingale. My name is on the door, which means it's my fault if we're late with spots.
The men's room.
Yes, and the douche store. See, the drug store, but the douche. It's the original
douche store.
Then you got Monk. He's the executive producer. He's been there 16 years. He's our sarcastic, troublemaking exec producer.
Look out!
Oh, troublemaking.
Look out! He's a troublemaker.
He's never met an insult he wouldn't use.
He wrote that. Oof. He's never met an insult. I never met an insult I wouldn't use.
Oh, yeah? Too bad he didn't meet cunt-faced hack boss.
Who uses actors for his phony phone calls. But then says people could smell it if you're not being real.
A mile away.
Right. Monk, watch out, guys. Monk loves to stir the pot and create drama out of thin air.
Oh, God.
It's all this cliche shit.
Well, we've never created drama out of thin air.
No.
Not out of thin air.
Absolutely.
Hands down, he's the best, most organized guy I've ever met. He's my right hand, and I love him like a brother.
Hold on, our own Sam, now we have to say, let's say that question was asked of the Opie Anthony program.
Right.
Executive producer Sam has been here for 9 years. He's our sarcastic, troublemaking executive producer. That would actually work.
Wow.
Okay. Yes, but I probably wouldn't say that.
He's never met an insult he wouldn't use. No.
You're a pussy when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
He likes others to do his bidding, his dirty work.
You like to make it a little more vague.
Yeah, the
He's never stepped in a pile of shit which he didn't resemble.
Right.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
What?
You don't think that's necessary?
No, not at all.
Oh, you're right here. Sorry.
Yep.
Cooper. Cooper's on the show, too. And
I like Cooper.
And he describes him this way.
That's a her.
That's a her.
Cooper Riley.
Geez, sorry. She's in her third year. Cooper's the only team member with a PhD.
No.
Don't
Yeah.
All right, this is good stuff.
Good
Don't read the
That's good stuff.
He's putting a little funny in this interview, I'll tell you that.
The rest of us have PH do nots.
What?
She has a PhD. They have PH do nots.
Yeah. What?
It doesn't even fit.
It doesn't work. No.
But she's a tough and honest native New Yorker. She brings a wealth of experience to the show and a hefty dose of reason.
You should have said PhD's nuts.
Right?
God damn it.
You're missing a very important part here.
Oh, shit.
She brings a wealth of experience to the show and a hefty dose of reason, which means she's the whole.
The whole. Reason.
And then he writes, which I totally ignore, because he's a little edgy.
Look
this
out.
Todd guy's a little edgy.
You could try to put him in check.
Right.
But,
you can put up that yield sign, but I ain't stopping.
He's not stopping.
Hell
for
no.
Nobody.
So Monk stirs the pot.
Right.
Cooper tries to keep things between the lines.
But Todd's, he won't have any of
It's
that.
a madhouse over there.
It's crazy.
Perfectly timed, perfectly on schedule madhouse.
Yeah. Did you meet Ann yet?
No, I have not.
Ann, he writes, or they call her Annie, you know.
Hey, Annie.
Is our new regular voice. She's so perfectly balanced, so honest to a fault, and talks about things you'd think of but never say.
Oh,
she
boy.
has no filter.
Would it be funny
Dropping
if Annie...
N-bombs.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if she really was like that? And he's
Yeah.
like, so what did you do this weekend? And they're all like, well, I hung out. And she's like, I took a little black cock on Easter.
You can't tell her, ask her anything.
You can't say that. You got to pull back a little.
She's crazy.
Oh, boy. So she has no filter, which is a challenge for me, but I love it.
Take 30 p.m. I'm going to let you guys go home early.
Right.
She doesn't have a filter. I say, how you doing this morning? And she says, not good. I'm on this dog shit program. I might put a filter in place.
You can't teach this, just be you, is what I told her.
Oh, you can't teach this. Just be you. Right,
Gotcha, okay. You can't teach this. Just be you, is what I told her. I got it. Okay. She surprises me every day with her candor. I look forward to getting her reaction to things on the air. They are always oddly, lovingly unpredictable.
Look out.
We didn't hear any of that shit.
Not a peep of it.
We don't hear anything.
No.
They all just quickly talk because they know they have to get spots and songs in.
Of course. It's the important part.
All right. Is there anything else? Or we're going to
You missed the part where they do Todd. Oh, we said Toddcast.
Tell us about the use of social media.
Yeah, that's...
Sheila Watko directs the show.
Okay, that's boring.
I just like the image of him sitting there while he calls in the staff to entertain him so he could hear something that, you know, he deems a nugget that could get on the air. And
what's the staff saying? I was thinking today at 7:05 we'd do one of your fake prank calls.
I like that.
No, they do something else at 7:05. It's in the article, Sam.
Oh, sorry, I didn't do my homework.
It looks like you're getting some traditional contesting and marketing,
Traditional contesting.
Oh, traditional.
Traditional.
You know, you said it right, but I'm like, what a hack way. That's just hack.
Yes, every weekday at 7:05 a.m. we give the Friends with Benefits cash code.
Friends with Benefits cash code.
Who the fuck is writing down the cash code?
Well, if you're a friend...
It's contest pigs.
Of course it is.
Radio has what's called contest pigs.
Yep.
And for some reason, regular radio still caters to those people. Everyone else, most people don't ever fucking call to try to win something on the radio. It's a known fact.
Yeah.
But the contest pigs, they got it all set up and they win over and over and over again. Because not many people actually, you know, try to win these things. Later that morning, we asked them to call. 95th caller, of course.
95th caller.
They win $1,000. Then they get one call to a friend and give them an additional $500.
That's the Friend with Benefits.
$1,500 a day for 8 straight weeks.
Oh, I get it. Instead of dick, you get money.
But someone stole the Friends with Benefits money. I wonder who it could be.
See, it's the fugitive.
You know how great it would be if Todd did a fugitive bit?
Oh, stop.
He wouldn't.
All things came together.
What if he wanted? If he enjoyed us mocking him, he would do it. It's the only way.
You mentioned that you personally are on the streets all the time.
He is? He's in there from fucking 4 a.m. until 11 at night.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Are we having a radio flashback?
Oh.
The interviewer asked.
Oh.
Hardly anyone does this to any great degree anymore. Please explain why this is important to you. To be at up to 2 or more local fundraisers a weekend. Oh, my God.
Boy. Oh, is that what he's doing to try to get a buzz? Try to get his name out there?
When does this...
Fundraisers.
When does this radio genius sleep? My God.
My God.
The listeners have choices, especially in New York, where there are literally hundreds of signals. Wouldn't you rather listen to someone who cares about you and your event?
No! Please don't. No, exactly. I'd rather listen to someone that makes me laugh.
Right?
Exactly.
What entertaining.
In the end, if you're making people laugh or making them think or entertaining them in general, yes, of course, you got them.
We can move along. I'd say don't go with the next line. Don't read that. It's It's not worth hearing.
No?
No.
Oh, God. I can't.
I don't think you should read it. It's terrible.
We get too caught up in the feel and not in the real.
Caught up in the feel.
Let me read it properly. We get too caught up in the feel and not in the real.
What is that? What does he mean by that?
I don't know.
What's the feel?
It rhymes.
I'll tell you right.
It does rhyme.
I'll tell you right the fuck now.
Yeah.
T-shirts on the way.
Oh, God.
T-shirts on the way.
That is a good one.
Caught up in the feel and not in the real.
Not in the real.
In my horrible font.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You want to talk about voicemail? I don't know. What else should we do here? We're almost to the end.
Let's just keep going. This
You
is
sure?
Wonderful.
Let the records show that Jimmy wants to continue.
Jim Norton's enjoying it.
So you could direct all your hate that this wasn't working towards Jim Norton today.
I love it.
Because I was ready to tap out. Actually, no way. This is too good.
I love it.
You spoke about a voicemail line. So you encouraged the audience to invite you out. Also, explain about wanting to do a WPLJ summer tour with the morning show to do the show on remote. And then even attend block parties.
Oh, you gotta love a good block party.
It started as another way for the audience to communicate with us. They have to know we hear them and care what they think.
Care what they think?
Because we do. They help drive the content on the show. If we get several voicemails about the same topic, it tells us we should be devoting more time to it.
Several voicemails.
About what topic?
What topic are they calling?
Hey,
more phony phone calls.
Hey, the Malaysian Air thing?
Yeah.
I don't know, but you might want to talk about that. Okay, bye, Todd.
Okay. Just, I know you care about what I think, so.
I don't know if you're watching TV, but there was a plane crash somewhere off Australia. You might want to talk about. Thank you, Todd. Thanks for hearing me out.
That's two. I guess we should
talk about that.
Talk about it.
What is he talking about?
Wow.
It's also an amazing way to let people get the word out about charity events and shout-outs. And yes, we're planning to be out and about all summer long.
Wow.
We will know what we're planning on doing all summer long?
Huh?
Taking a shitload of time off.
Oh, yeah. Poolside, motherfucker.
And you let us know who's doing better.
Yes.
Friday's off, right around the corner, boys and girls.
Batten down the hatches.
But they're going to be out there all summer long.
He's going to be out there at block parties.
We will solicit listeners to nominate their neighborhoods to have us come out to visit.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, God. You want to go, Jimmy, still?
Yeah, what's the next question?
Expand on your feelings about giving back to the public. You commented that radio has a responsibility to give back to the public.
Does it?
No, you have a responsibility to be entertaining. That's it.
That is all this is about.
Paying it, not serve our ego. Radio has a responsibility to give back to the public, not serve our egos,
right,
but help the community by showing up to make a difference.
That's not true.
It's a lie.
We hear from people all the time. If we get someone writing and saying, "Hey, man, you make my commute a little easier," that's all you're trying to do here in the end. And if you help out a charity here and there, sure, we do that. But it doesn't have to. Yeah, sure. You're just trying to hide the fact that you're not entertaining when these dumb microphones are on.
Paying it forward shouldn't be something you say. It should be something you do. I have a responsibility to lead by example.
Oh, God, what a self-inflated fucking sense of self-worth.
And what he should say is the same way Johnny from the Jerky Boys led by example for me, and I took the voice. Thief.
And then he goes,
it's how we collectively as a show have decided to say thank you for listening.
Oh, God.
Getting involved in the community with our listeners is as much fun for us as it is for them.
So that means it's no fun for anyone.
Right.
None fun.
I learn more from them being at those events than I could from reading about it.
Oh, God, this is all fucking bullshit.
No, it's not, because he says.
The listeners don't care to this point.
No, that's true.
Play the hot songs, give me the dumb traffic and the weather, and hopefully say something funny every once in a while. That's it.
He doesn't believe this stuff he's saying.
I think he does.
You can't.
Well,
no, he knows this is exactly what you say to make it sound like you're involved.
You missed the next line.
Oh, yeah?
The thing is, it has to be genuine.
Oh.
If you're doing it because you think you have to, you've already missed the point.
I guess I missed the point.
It's a grassroots, small market approach that works everywhere, even in the world's biggest market, New York.
Ah, there you go.
Shithead.
Yeah. Why do you think you have an advantage as a live and local show over others? Okay. All right.
Maybe he can
because we're
explain
officially
it.
competing with the Todd Show.
Time to learn.
Let's learn.
We want to get a lot of New York ears.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
And we're doing it very different than Todd. We could talk about the things that directly impact our listeners. If someone in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or Long Island cares about it, then we can discuss it. I doubt they care about a woman who made the best bowl of soup in Los Angeles.
Oh.
But so they care about someone who made the best bowl of soup in Patchogue? Yeah. No one gives a shit about the bowl of soup. Enough about the soup.
This passive-aggressive cunt is going back to the Scott Shannon thing from earlier.
What? Really?
Yes, this is the knuckleheads in the news thing.
Oh.
So that was a little shot at Scott Shannon because I guess
news.
I guess he was, but I guess he. But of course he gets the worst example to really make the bit sound horrendous because no one wants to hear about the best soup in Los Angeles. I doubt they actually did
Even
that.
in Los Angeles, they don't want to hear about that.
Right.
It's a bad example.
No, but he's saying we're going to talk like we have real things to discuss here. Scott Shannon, but he didn't have the balls to say it, was the guy that cared more about the best soup in Los Angeles. That's how that should have read.
I think you're right.
You said something earlier. The days of coasting are over. Time for radio to dig in. Tell me more.
Oh, he said that?
There's never been more competition than right now. That's his answer to that. That's it.
Oh, that's it? That's all you get.
Oh, here you go. How do you feel about other music services? Pandora, Spotify, iTunes Radio, iHeart, which Cumulus works with, or even Cumulus own RDIO. Clearly, they have their place, but I'm a radio guy, and I still believe there's nothing like live and local content. I'm aware of them and spend some time with them, and they are great if you want a jukebox, but that's not radio. He's a jukebox. That's the type of show he fucking does. He's in the way of the songs, period. No local flavor. It's why we have to do a better job of painting the picture filled with local references to local landmarks and local events. No one gives a fuck. It's been proven wrong a million times by guys that just do a good radio show.
Hey, look, it's the Empire State Building. We'll be back.
What the fuck? Stupid. Who cares?
Loaded with local references.
And local landmarks.
What a jizzbag. There's nothing worse than local references.
Hey, it's a new one from Katy Perry. Look, St. Pat's Cathedral. Hey, look, Mrs. B's needle made a pie. I'm on 8th Avenue.
Oh, fuck your mother.
This is annoying. This is what these people really think.
Does he stink on ice?
Local.
What makes radio the most fun for you? Ooh.
Oh, that's good.
Radio's still the greatest medium on the planet. There's nothing like doing it live and painting a mental picture. That's all he has for
That's what he likes about radio?
What would you like to change about radio today? Okay.
Uh-oh.
I think at this point our audience knows what we would like to change about radio.
Yes, we'd like to have his microphones to have old dynamite in them. Leaky old sweating dynamite.
Like a good stick of sweaty dynamite.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh, look out.
First time he does that shitty voice, it fucking reverberates and blows his head off.
This is what he would like to change about radio.
I love this.
Two things. I'd like to see radio stop attacking itself.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Broadcast radio needs to stay united and see the whole field. Second, develop a farm system again. Syndication has taken the place of cultivating talent. Syndication took off because there just wasn't enough talented people doing radio.
In the local markets, right?
Period.
Yeah.
And then you had consultants and PDs that, if someone was talented, they kept them down anyway. So
I love this part.
It would be nice for younger broadcasters to have the experience of taking
transmitter readings. Emptying the garbage pails and turning off the lights after the national anthem. Sam Roberts.
I'm sorry.
I think it's time you fucking empty some garbage pails and take some meter readings.
That's
even
right.
though we don't have like a transmitter per se.
Let me tell you about meter readings. Something, I forgot all about. I think we were still doing it in Boston, right?
AF.
Not NEW, though, right?
Uh-huh.
We just made it up.
Yeah, you just made them up.
We just made it up.
You pretty much wrote the thing that was in the last post in the book and just kept it going. Let it ride.
You knew it had to be between this number and that number, so every day you're like, you know what? Let's put a 5 here today.
Just change it up a little like that.
Fuck, no one took meter readings seriously. It actually was an FCC thing, I guess, for a while. So he wants young broadcasters to have the experience of taking the transmitter readings, emptying the garbage pails, and what's turning off the lights after the national anthem?
That's like when the station's done for the day.
We've now concluded our broadcast day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small town radio was the absolute best training ground.
Sam just fucking waltzed in here with his fucking olive oil voice and guinea charm.
Yeah, with his kinky hair and.
He's right. Everything that I've had to learn, I learned from Scorch in Syracuse.
Yeah. Douche dressing.
That's right.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add? He babbles here, but then he just says, I love all my morning show peeps, and coming to work is fun again. Fun again.
I
see.
You know what that means.
If he hates Scott, just say it all.
I see what's going on here.
That's what I miss.
Team Scott's kicking your ass so far.
Yeah.
Make sure you listen to Scott Shannon if you have one of those people meters. We're allowed to say that because we're not on regular radio.
Sure.
So even though you're not listening, just tune that people meter into
tune it in.
CBS FM and then listen to us, and then Scott will get the credit.
He's doing very well. So,
and I think we have a little to do with that.
You know,
putting a smile on their faces and letting them know we're here and in it with them. It's the coolest damn way to make a living.
Ugh. No, it's not. Getting your dick sucked while somebody films it is the coolest way to make a living.
That's a good one. And then he's got an action-packed picture right there where he's all young and jumping in the air.
They're all jumping.
Some karate kick.
How great would it be if there's a cliff behind them?
They're all jumping, and although the chubby one still has his right foot on the ground.
Yeah,
oh, no. Awkward. And you forgot the bonus questions. What's wrong with you people?
Oh, what happened?
I laughed all through them. I couldn't get through
Oh, okay. Bonus question number 1. We're just about done. Don't worry. Hang in there, guys. Peanut butter, chunky or plain?
Oh, not these.
And now, if he had any sense of humor,
I
he would have said
wrote-
it depends on what the dog prefers.
Yeah,
Right.
see?
Or answer with, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Right.
And then bonus question number 2, Brussels sprouts or cauliflower?
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets a little crazy with his answer. He says, I prefer M&M's.
Wow. Why? What does that mean?
It means he won't answer that.
He's thinking out of the box, Ant. That's what
Is
that
he?
is.
He should have said I prefer asparagus because it makes my urine smell good. And then I give girls golden showers around the station. I would listen to that show.
Yes.
I make them smell my asparagus piss. Oh, he's the worst.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
An ass.
What is Todd's voicemail? Maybe we should call it in.
Just make suggestions on topics.
Yeah,
That's true.
Okay, bye, Todd.
All right, thank you. Oh, God, that's funny.
You brought that to our attention. That's a great one, Ant.
I read that last night. I was glued to it. It was a real page turner, and I had to post it. And a lot of other people read it and commented on Twitter.
Were they supportive of his interview?
Not in the least.
How did you miss the garbage can?
I know. I ripped the copy in half there, and then I went to throw it in the garbage pail,
Which is 3 feet
and
away.
I even leaned over, so it's probably a foot and a half away
you
from
still
my
missed
hand,
it?
and it just thunk hit the rim and fell on the floor. I could not get it in the garbage pail.
I missed half too. So,
But I hope Sam Roberts will be, taking out the garbage, shutting
absolutely.
the lights off after the national anthem. What the fuck? It's 1950.
I do have to say one thing. When we were at AF, and to some extent NEW, it was still cool to hang out at a radio station.
Oh, yeah.
The atmosphere was such,
Right.
especially after 5 o'clock when the suits went home.
A lot of camaraderie.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool place to be, and you definitely got a lot of material for your radio show just by hanging out and fooling around a little bit.
The entire building was fixated on a single goal,
Right.
to be successful
Right.
and bring the station to number 1.
Right, but I swear to you, the worst thing you could do as a young broadcaster is hang around a radio station.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Unless you could find a Denny Falcone to maybe get some knowledge from.
It's a horrendous place to be creatively.
Yeah.
And there's always the suit just kind of hovering that is going to say no to every idea you come up with.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is get the fuck out as soon as your show's over. Mm-hmm. And no offense to Sirius XM, it's like this everywhere. I don't know what's going to change that.
I learned a lot more, pounding the pavement outside the building.
There you go.
I'll tell you that much.
That's right.
You got lawyers around radio stations now. You got human resource people around now.
Yee.
We should just have naked women in our office because we could.
Oh, my God.
After the show, we would just have a beer or two, and
crazy.
And girls would come in and just get naked.
Yeah.
You would get fired immediately if they knew that was going on.
Did you hear a similar story? I guess the guy that runs the Blue Angels out there in California.
Right.
He runs the base.
Right.
Just got thrown out because he fostered an environment of like sexual harassment through like jokes. people were telling
like what kind of jokes?
Off-color jokes about chicks and tits and fucking and things like that.
It's the Blue Angels.
Right. These guys, you know, putting their lives on the line.
They fly, what, 400 miles an hour, an inch away from...
like fucking 800, 900.
Is it 800, 900?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
They're doing like over, you know, the speed of sound.
And they're an inch away from each other.
Yeah. And then they can't just tell like a fucking...
An off-color joke?
Off-color joke because people are sensitive around the base. So he gets thrown out. It's just another one of the situations where it's not like... It's not like it used to be, and I think that, especially in the military, is very important because you get that sense of camaraderie.
Right.
You got to do it. I don't think. I honestly don't think the bitches should be in some branches and some aspects of the military. It's just me, though.
I think they should be there, but they should have to just do the same stuff physically. That's all. I don't mind that. Cause
men and women are very different. They're very different. Let's fucking agree to that.
Don't say that's the premise of all my jokes.
And, no, men and women are very, very different. And I think the military is has been made over the years to work well with men in it, and men need to, especially in life or death situations, for morale and other purposes, need to be able to communicate with each other in the way that men do. And sometimes that is humor and off-color and gallows humor and things like that. To bring in women into that environment changes the whole fucking environment.
Why are they such pussies about it?
Yeah, right? Buck up, slit.
If you're going into these these type of, you know, professions, you would think they would man up.
Right. Man up.
Man up and enjoy a good dick joke. Jesus.
Although Israel does that. Israel uses men and women, and they have a pretty tough harmony.
They do. Their bitches are different, though. American bitches are fucking prima donnas.
See, now if we had a hole on the show. Now.
Oh, no,
Now.
Not all of us.
Oh, come on, guys.
Clam up, clam.
I'm very excited because Michael Imperioli saw the end of The Sopranos my way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We'll talk about it after the break. Ooh. He finally gave his thoughts on the last episode of The Sopranos. Mm. And also, speaking of off-color jokes, we got Joan Rivers. God, she's the best.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that story.
She don't give a fuck.
Good for her.
And we'll explain that next. Also, a little later today. Wow, not even later at this point. Anthony Bourdain's going to be here soon.
Yeah.
And a little later today, Sebastian Bach from Skid Row fame.
And we'll be checking our voicemail to find out what we'll be talking about next.
Yeah,
we should do that. Yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah, this is the one Jimmy just downloaded outside the Comedy Cellar.
Oh.
Don't forget, Jim Norton's going to be at Caroline's tonight, starting his run at Caroline's.
Tonight through Sunday, yeah.
212-757-4100 for tickets.
Yeah, I was just walking, and I like, you know, sometimes your iPhone will give you like the whole playlist, even though you don't have those songs on your phone. And there's a little cloud outline. You can just download it from iTunes. I don't know why that page was up. But I'm like, I want to hear this. That was so what a great time we live in.
Could you be a little more local, though, please?
Yeah, I was on McDougal.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm looking at old Joey Smitter's place. You know the one.
Sure.
Sells shoe polish.
It really is amazing to just pull a fucking song out of the air. That's
great.
That's honestly what you're doing. It's you used to have to physically buy an album.
So
go home, play it on the record player. Now you just pull the song out of thin air.
So how does it work? All these songs are just around us?
They're right there.
Where?
Point in the air.
Where?
It's right there.
Where?
Right there. There's another song there. Look at that. There's a song right there.
Where's Jethro Tull?
All this digital information
over there?
Flying. You just pointed at a fucking encyclopedia.
Oh.
Oops. That's pointing at a movie. There's all this information is just flying around in little fucking electronic pulses.
Our lifetime is one of the weird ones, I think.
Strange in
we
between.
We come from a place, no cell phones,
analog.
No internet.
We were analog peoples.
3 to 4 TV channels, and now all this a mere few decades later. It's crazy.
It's someone was talking to me yesterday about how they're inventing, or they already have something where you can into the fabric of clothes and in paint they have these micro things, but eventually that's how the internet will work, and they see you'll almost be immersed in it. Where it will just be all around you. It's really not like we know it,
right?
But like you'll be able to just the wall will be online and hardwired online. And if Anthony's in fucking Long Island and you want to talk to him, just open up and it's like you'll be standing in front of each other.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Kaku has said something like that too.
But what if you're jerking off?
What if? I would only do it if I was.
That's the scary part.
Right. I think we're going to be seeing each other jerking off soon enough.
Yeah. As if we haven't.
I was when I was driving home yesterday.
Yeah.
And I've thought of this a few times. The amazing times we live in. Remember rusted cars? You don't fucking see rusty cars anymore.
Wow.
People that drive around and you'd see like the top of the fender.
Wait,
just rusted and
driving
the bottom.
around where though?
Anywhere, really? Like the expressway.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Yeah.
You almost didn't go local there. That scared me.
Oh, I got to go local. Right. The Long Island Expressway.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. Yeah.
See, now everyone out there can relate to rusty cars.
Yeah. When I was passing by the Van Wyck and the Grand Central entrance there by the fairgrounds.
Sure.
Yeah.
You would see a rusted car.
You realize they figured out that rust thing. And you don't see rusty cars anymore. You used to have to when you went to buy a car, it was like, let me ding, 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 tap under there. What is that?
Right.
We got some Bondo on this fucking thing? Was it rusting out?
Obviously, this car was in a snow climate. All the damage.
It might be that True Coat they got on there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's never done this before. He's willing to knock $100 off that True Coat.
He's
always more.
Never done this before.
Fucking liar. Well, he's never done this before.
The debris was not from the plane, just like we said yesterday.
Of course not. That's gone.
The debris that washed up on the shore off of Australia is not from the plane. They were very excited, and then they started thinking, oh boy, just more garbage from the ocean.
Somewhere at the bottom of the cold, pitch black ocean, someone is strapped in a seat with their hair gently going,
oh my God. Jesus.
Whoosh. No lips left, no eyelids left, because the little fish are going.
You think the plane's intact, or a big piece of it?
I would think if not intact, but little pieces of it. But I think a lot of it just fucking submerged. It's so far out there that it sank before it reached land. A lot of times, if debris washes up, it's because it crashed a little closer to land.
Right.
Even the Air France plane that went down, they started getting debris. It took 2 years to find the black boxes and the actual wreckage, but they started getting debris washing up, and they knew the plane, they had known the plane went down. This one, I think it's so deep, and it took so long for them to even figure out where they wanted to start searching, that shit's it's sunk.
Wow.
Busted apart. Fucking, it's just gone.
If it's a suicide and he killed everyone first, he might have come. They said he flew below 5,000 feet to avoid radar. He may have hit the ocean. He may have brought the plane very, very, very low right before it hit, because this way it just kind of hits.
Not much debris.
Not a gigantic. Yeah,
right.
just and the plane is not as broken up, and then it just kind of sinks home.
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus.
That's why I just that person and the people just strapped in their seat.
Right.
Whoosh. Whoosh. Looking like fucking old Ben Gardner.
All right.
Cops are ruined.
Yes.
Michael Imperioli thinks this is what happened on the final episode of The Sopranos. He's finally talking about it. That show's been off the air 7 years.
Are you kidding?
2007.
Holy shit.
My opinion is that we were in Tony's point of view in the last moments of his life.
Yeah.
And that's it. He's not expecting it. It comes out of nowhere. And if you were shot, if someone assassinated you, I don't know, basically everything would go black. And David was putting us in those shoes at that time.
I think that's about it.
I always thought that. A lot of people think that.
Why
David
end it
said
like
no.
that? Huh?
David Chase said no.
He's a lion sack.
He just wants everyone to keep guessing.
Yeah. Because if he lived, why end it like that?
Right.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
I like that. I like that theory.
Fucking years.
And then what's the Joan Rivers all about?
Well, she was.
This article's
still
too
is
long.
A comedian.
I don't feel like reading this.
No,
it's too
Read
long.
words.
She did a joke about
It's too long. Let's just talk about it.
the
What
Cleveland
happened?
girls,
Right?
The captive girl. I don't know what the joke.
Remember the
joke
girls
was.
that were kept in what they called the House of Horrors?
Yeah.
By that gentleman who later killed himself in jail. Yeah, kept them locked up in there for years and years, and they finally escaped.
Guess what? Joan Rivers has no sympathy for the women locked in Ariel Castro's Cleveland House of Horrors.
House of Horrors.
That's
House
right.
of Horrors.
One day after Rivers compared on the Today Show her daughter's cushy Malibu guest room to the three women's decade-long plight.
It's hilarious, though. That's a funny joke.
I guess the joke was those women in the basement in Cleveland had more space. Jesus.
When you're trying to make it sound like you're staying in a small room or something, that's a funny example to use because it's so outrageous, and it really conjures up an image. Yeah. It's funny.
Joan Rivers is a great example of don't apologize for anything and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Because she's gotten herself in not a lot of trouble, but she's had a lot of heat in the last few years. And they continue to book her on all the big shows, the big mainstream shows. So nothing has happened with her career.
She's one of the untouchables, I think, out there.
But you just stay strong, and it's not us that have to stay strong, the artists or the broadcasters. It's the people that control these entities.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have to stay strong and stand behind their people. Because Joan Rivers is a perfect example. In the end, nothing happens to you. This is the actual joke?
Yes.
Okay.
Morning.
Good morning.
Joan, you were just complaining when we were on the couch a few minutes ago that there's not enough business being done on Saturday nights for your show. We're here to drum that up.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What is it like living under the same roof as your daughter? Why would you two do this?
Well, 4 years later, we're like, everyone's kind of going,
Yeah, but I'm still in the same stupid little room. I mean, those women in the basement in Cleveland had more space. I mean, it is just the worst. The worst.
It's just lost out completely.
Too soon?
You be the judge.
Pause. See how scared everybody
They
gets?
are petrified.
But they do know the environment that they're in.
do.
But look, they shut the F up and they have nothing to say about it.
Isn't it
good, bad, or
amazing
indifferent?
how quickly people know now not to laugh or like that? Uh-oh, that's trouble. Oh, no, that's bad. Like it used to be someone would say something off color and the hosts would laugh. And then maybe giving some thought to it, you'd be like, oh, boy, I think we're going to catch shit for that.
Right.
Now everyone's just on their guard, walking on eggshells. I'm walking on eggshells. Whoa. And they're going to come after me. Sorry, state of affairs.
Do you think Joan Rivers is bummed that Melissa doesn't have one funny bone in her body?
Boy, she did.
Do you think that bothers Joan Rivers when she puts her head on the pillow at night?
She got her humor from Edgar.
She doesn't have one.
Not you, Edgar.
Not one tiny funny bone in her body.
None.
How does that happen?
Not like Mommy.
Mommy is very, very funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Was that why you were knocking the wall down?
Okay.
There's no room.
But it never intended to be a residence. It's my guest room. And
Back on track. Al got him back on track.
Yeah. And then on TMZ later, she said they got to live rent-free for more than a decade. Jesus.
God damn, that's funny.
She's 80, man. She don't give a
funny?
fuck.
And then the lawyers for the girls put out a statement.
Well, then
shut the fuck up.
She had an interview with the Cleveland plain dealer. Wake up, Cleveland. Going local.
Going local right
Going
there.
local for Cleveland right now. Cleveland, wake up.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian, she said. I know what those girls went through. It was a little stupid joke. There's nothing to apologize for. I made a joke. That's what I do. Calm down. Calm fucking down.
Right.
I'm a comedian. They're free, so let's move on. Beautiful. That's all you need to say.
Yep.
I'm a comedian making a few jokes. But she did care about their plight.
It's a fucking story
And guess
most
what?
people know about. It's a great reference point for a comedian.
Right. And you don't have to care about their plight if you want to make jokes.
No.
Let other people care about it.
Wow. And the lawyer's statement, to be so hurtful. Hurtful.
Oh, here it is. You're right. Shocking and disappointing. Our clients have become aware of Joan Rivers' unfortunate comparison of living in her daughter's guest room to their captivity.
It's a comparison because it's a joke.
Right.
Like, put it in that context.
Right.
The way he said the unfortunate comparison, like she was just making a statement.
A statement with a ha-ha at the end.
Right. No, it was a joke. Using the comparison as a punchline of a joke
is way different. We understand that Miss Rivers is a comedian. However, the idea that a celebrity would say something this hurtful on national TV, no less, is beyond shocking and disappointing. Our clients are strong, private women who have endured unwanted and often painful media attention for quite some time. Yeah. They now have to endure this, which is a new low, and we believe a sincere apology is warranted. You're not going to get it from us.
Oh, we believe a sincere apology. Why wouldn't he just say, well, you know, it wasn't the nicest thing, but she can say what she wants?
Yeah.
Who cares?
She's making jokes.
And this just gets Joan Rivers fired up because she doesn't stop. Most celebrities, when they get a little heat, they'll like kind of go away and go, all right, well, I'm not going to apologize, but I'm going to go. Yeah. But Joan Rivers kept going. She told TMZ that these women are practically celebrities. One of them has a book deal. Neither are in a psych ward. They're okay, she said. I bet you within 3 years, one of them will be on Dancing with the Stars.
She's great.
But she's right.
Yeah.
Erin Andrews was on Dancing with the Stars, right?
Who's that?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
She was the one that got peeped.
Right.
Okay. And the only reason she was on Dance with the Stars was because she got peeped. I'm telling you right now. She was a celebrity, but that peeping made her a much bigger name, and that led to Dancing with the Stars. So Joan Rivers is absolutely correct.
Yep.
There's a very good possibility something like that would happen to one of the women eventually.
Yeah. And they had a brutal decade of, I mean, that was a brutal beatings. I mean, he was a terrible, it's unfortunate he killed himself, that somebody didn't get to cut his throat.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he's a piece of shit, of course.
Like that? Oh.
Hey, a spider laid eggs on my teeth.
April Fools.
No.
Let me see then.
I knocked them off.
Got to trip up Edgar every so often.
Edgar. They're trying to find the swatting guy. They called in the SWAT team.
Oh, right. He was a little angry.
Well, I guess the SWAT team calls it in itself, but
yeah,
this guy made it sound like there was a situation, so the SWAT team got involved, and it's called swatting. We did the story yesterday. They're trying to find the person that called in or started this problem.
They brought in the FBI.
70 heavily armed officers to the home of a teen who had just defeated him in an online game of Call of Duty. Wow. They'll find that guy, right?
I hope so. Because the guy just, they can check who won what game. Yeah, they'll find him.
I think they'll find him.
What a cunt, though. He loses a game of Call of Duty and he tries to get someone in trouble.
Oh, just sit there and yell and scream and yell racial epithets at your TV. You don't do things like that when you lose. Oh, boy. Do I get angry? Because I'm so lousy at it. I've gotten a little better, but man, I'm still at the bottom of the goddamn list every game. Every game, the scores come up, and it's like, oh, there I am, fucking sitting at the bottom, 8-14,
8-14,
9-20. I just
the ages.
I just can't fucking get good at that game. God damn it.
What's the problem, man?
I don't know. It's still just not as easy to aim with that goddamn controller as it is with a mouse and keyboard. But I'm figuring it out.
There.
I get shot in the back all the time, which is good. You know, that's fun. It's a fun way to play the game. Run, 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 boom, you're dead. Run, 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 boom, shot, run, run. Oh, there's somebody. Aim, boom, you're dead. Yeah, it's a real treat.
What's your thoughts on Diane Keaton? She doesn't think Woody Allen touched anybody.
She knows which side of her bread is buttered on. What?
Yeah.
I'm convinced Woody Allen never molested daughter.
She might believe that. I mean, she knows Woody obviously really, really well, so maybe she has reason to believe that.
Yeah.
She touches on the ugly sexual abuse allegations against her frequent collaborator and friend Woody Allen. I love Woody Keaton tells people in the magazine's Most Beautiful issue. She's one of the beautiful people.
No, she's probably writing about someone beautiful.
Is she one of the beautiful people?
That
beautiful
whole
people.
That whole fucking beautiful people issue.
That whole beautiful
people issue. People.
All right. See, this is why we brought up the Diane Keaton story. Now I got to see the beautiful people.
Well,
who do they consider beautiful this year?
Who's number one?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is that?
She's
pretty, man.
Xylophone chest.
I think Lupita Nyong'o is hot, dude. I disagree.
Not the most beautiful woman in the fucking world there.
Well, it would be all models then. They had to take a little bit of act, you know.
I would make her number one.
Before we see who else is in this issue, she just says, this Diane Keaton, I love Woody. Let's see. I don't want to say anything about his daughter. His daughter's accusations that he molested her, which he denies, except I'm Woody's friend and I believe him. That's the bottom line for me. I worry for him and everybody else involved, and I hope it works out for the best for everyone.
That's a tough position to be in if you're friends with somebody, because you basically, in order to back Woody, you have to say his daughter is lying.
Right.
And that's a hard position to take.
And then it makes other people not want to come out and say they were fucking sexually abused, right?
Yeah. If she's telling the truth.
Right.
I feel like she is.
I feel like she is too, but who
I don't
knows?
know. I don't know any of those people personally. You get a feeling for some of these things, though, right?
Look at her Eddie Murphy hairdo. That's totally Eddie. If you hide her face, it's Eddie Murphy's head.
Right.
She's got female features on it.
We can't find out who the beautiful people are?
She's pretty, man. I really like her.
The fuck?
Give her a smooch.
It's like a dude.
No.
She's got fucking...
That's a beautiful face.
She's aight.
No, she's lovely.
Nice.
She's just cheekbones, a beautiful smile, nice eyes. She's pretty.
She bore...
I'd give her a smooch. Hello.
See, you don't know what to say anymore. I swear to you, if you just saw her face...
Yeah.
You wouldn't be positive it's a woman.
Exactly.
You would... If you just saw her face, and... Because she's famous now, too. You got to, like, take that out of the equation.
Take that out and take the makeup off.
You would go, wow, that looks... Like that could be like a 17-year-old,
right? Like an effeminate guy,
right?
That whole cut in the hair thing. I mean, believe me, I don't think those weaves are doing anyone any justice either.
What? You don't want to run your hands through man hair?
Through ribbon candy. It's all fucking stuck together.
I got a sensible haircut, and then you're the guy that has to rub your hands through now what feels like man hair.
Like a dude.
Right.
Yeah, it's sensible. It's so easy. I'm in and out of the shower now. Yeah, Gregg. I'm glad you could fucking wash quicker.
Right.
But you know, I'm running my hands through a dude's hair.
Right. Could be Justin Bieber for all I know. What the fuck you doing?
Oh, you fucking bitches.
We can't get the beautiful people? The beautiful people?
No, they unveiled the cover yesterday.
Oh, they don't have the list?
It's got Jennifer Lawrence.
She's a beautiful people.
Julia Roberts.
She's
still hot.
She's getting slightly long in the tooth, but she's still a beautiful people.
And Juliana Margulies.
No.
Juliana Margulies.
No. From ER? Is that show still on the air? ER?
I do not think that show is still on the air.
That George Clooney kid's in that? That up-and-comer?
I think it's on after Friends, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that. Yeah. Must-see TV on Thursdays, I think. Seinfeld. Something like that.
Nice lineup they got.
Good
Was
lineup.
Friends and Seinfeld the same night?
For a while,
was
right?
Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must-see TV.
What a motherfucker to compete against that.
Yeah, they brought it in, right?
And ER. ER was on at 10.
ER was,
Who were the poor shows that got buried?
Oh,
I was an ER fan.
wow,
For
right?
a while.
NBC's, they're paying for it now.
They sure
certainly
are.
are.
They certainly
Yeah.
caught their karma.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a break so we can get ready for Anthony Bourdain, who should be here any moment. So we'll get some commercials and crap out of the way. And then a little later on, we got Sebastian Bach.
Oh, I saw his video with Bobby Kelly on Vine, I think.
What?
Or Instagram.
Oh, from the, they hosted together, isn't it?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Sebastian's got his hair over Bob Kelly's bald head, and they're singing together.
Is it funny?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's funny because it's Bobby.
Can I see that real
I
fast?
think Bobby's a little starstruck.
Yeah. Why were they at the same event?
They were. Cowhead was hosting Artie's.
What the fuck is Cowhead?
Show on his DirecTV show, and Bobby was there with him.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Outside my window, there's a whole lot of trouble coming. The cops and killers and the right color low.
Yeah, monkey business!
Bobby.
What the fuck, Bobby?
That made me uncomfortable.
Did you see that? Is it Google Street View of the cellar?
The cellar, yeah.
And Bobby's outside.
Oh, really?
On a table.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you can see that probably with pure satellite.
Jim Norton's going to be at Caroline's tonight. We'll be back with Anthony Bourdain. We got Anthony Bourdain in studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. How you doing?
How are you?
The Emmy Award-winning Anthony Bourdain.
How many of you won?
Well, the show's won a bunch, and our previous shows won a bunch. I have one statue, which I, prop up next to me in bed and use that now and again.
Is that nice?
Do you really look at it when you feel shitty? That kind of is a nice thing to have.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I make no bones about it. Well, you see all those people walking down the red carpet. Well, it's an honor to be nominated. No, I wanted the
you want to
statue.
win.
I really wanted it.
Of course.
Enough with of course you want to win. All those people want to win.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this last time, but and if we did, I got to just say it again. You ruined sushi for me.
Yeah.
I asked you.
He didn't know it was actually fish.
I asked you the best place to get sushi in New York, and now people ask me because of you. Mm-hmm. And it's you told me to go to Yasuda, and I can't go anywhere else now because I can't get to Yasuda as much as I'd like because it's far from here and where I live. So I try to go local, and it's not even close to the same.
Once you've had the good stuff, you just can't go back to sort of gummy, that's the soggy seaweed and the little sort of fake crab meat in the center now.
The rice, which isn't made properly, the fake tuna. I know what fake tuna is now, and most places have fake tuna.
Yeah.
I
feel for you, believe me.
Anthony doesn't eat
I'm not a big sushi guy, no.
But these places that have a decent sushi spread, but they ruin it by they don't use real tuna because it's too expensive.
Right.
Yeah. It's that over-the-top dyed red crap that's not tuna.
No, the heartbreaker for me is mayonnaise. Even the Japanese in Japan, they just love mayonnaise. It's like the newest discovery. I was in Las Vegas a while back, and my wife and we'd eaten a big lunch. We just wanted a little snack, just a couple of little pieces of sushi. There was this place on the casino floor that looked pretty decent. Sit down, ordered a couple of little pieces, and the chef was like, "Oh, I'm your biggest fan," and starts sending out these giant literally caterpillars, of massive rolls. With wrapped in cucumber, covered with pink mayonnaise, and little cucumber antennas sticking out. I didn't want to disrespect the guy. I'm dutifully slogging through this thing. Oh God,
was it good?
Oh, it was horrible.
Mayo.
Yasuda
eating the plaque off a dead man's teeth.
What a great reveal!
That was awesome. Yeah, because real sushi places, they don't get all fancy with their rolls. They don't have to because the fish is so damn good.
The best sushi, it's about the rice.
Of course.
80% the rice, and the best sushi place in the world. He doesn't do any improvisational, arty, new. It's doing the same 20 cuts of standard sushi that he's been doing for 70 years.
Right.
Every day waking up trying to figure out, how do I make this just a little bit better, a little more perfect.
Did you see you saw the sushi documentary, right?
Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Oh, my God.
It's the best meal I've had in my life.
Amazing.
If I had to have a last meal, it would be there.
Really? Amazing. But his place only has 10 seats.
And
he has 10 seats and everybody wants to eat there. You would assume, you would think he would want to expand just slightly. I'm not saying turn into a TGIF or anything, but yeah, it's like the Cronut guy.
He doesn't care. There's a scene in that movie where him and his rice, the guy who sells him rice, are sitting down and they're joking about how Marriott came to them. We're one of the major hotel chains and wants to buy the rice, which is probably a multi-million-dollar account. The guy says, "No, they don't understand rice. They're too stupid to buy my rice."
Oh man, like the Cronut guy.
And his place is kind of it looks like it's part of the subway system.
It's on a subway
platform.
Really?
And it's the best sushi in pretty much the world.
25 courses in about 22 minutes. He's standing there looking at you he put one piece at a time. You eat with your fingers, and he's watching you the whole time. You don't turn and start having a conversation while his seaweed is getting soggy. He's not liking that.
Right. It's beautifully shot too. If people care about filmmaking,
Yeah.
it's not. It's very boring in general, but how it's filmed and it's fascinating that this guy has dedicated his entire life to just making the ultimate sushi.
It just made me hungry.
Did it?
Yeah, like I kind of my manager's I think been there or he's talked about. I kind of want to go there. I can't fly to another land just to eat one meal, but it's kind of like I would love to do that.
Well, you turned me on to the place in L.A., but that guy has since retired, the one in the strip mall.
Yeah, but he's still got his son owns a place now. And it's
What's the name of it? I'm sure Anthony's been there.
It was Nizawa.
There's Masa was the original strip mall guy, and he's in New York now.
Really?
But that's pretty much stick up a liquor store before you eat there because it's going to cost you about $1,000.
Wow, damn!
I couldn't do that. I couldn't spend that much. I would have to know that the girl was really going to blow me well. That's a lot for a meal, man.
Yeah, no
shit.
shit.
What are seats to go to see the Knicks? Good tickets cost.
Oh, hundreds.
Yeah. So
probably over 1,000. I don't know.
So you're definitely not getting blown after a Knicks game.
No, not at all.
I'm happy with the basic seat to the Knicks game. I don't need to spend crazy money to see them. I don't know. The other thing, because I like catching up with you. When you were here last, the second season of the show, I didn't see the Detroit episode yet. I'm obsessed with that episode, and then it got me on a loop where I now go on YouTube and just watch videos about Detroit.
Yeah.
And what is going on there is just fascinating.
It's an amazing and heartbreaking story. This is one of the most awesome American cities. Right. Everything cool, everything great that's American just about came out of Detroit.
Yeah. Right.
And it really, I wasn't joking when I said I've never seen any city that looks more like Chernobyl. And I've been to Chernobyl than Detroit. And a lot of people in Detroit were really angry about it, most of whom live in the suburbs and only go in a Detroit proper to see a show. But it's
so the
shocking.
suburbs are still in pretty good shape.
Well, they have their own tax base. They all get out there.
Oh, right, you said that. Right.
They have their own tax base,
right,
and don't really want to share the problem with the city.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of flight. I mean, the population has shrunk. We had murder police telling us that they had to take the bus to crime scenes. Because they don't have available cars.
Wouldn't they just take their own car though at that point instead of jumping on a bus?
I didn't think they anticipated when they went to work that there'd be no car available.
Right.
No computers in the cars, in the patrol cars to do run checks on traffic stops.
No city buses really, or very minimal.
Wild West.
A shocking number of emergency responders, firemen with literally moldering equipment and oxygen rigs that don't work.
Right. You saw the Dennis Leary documentary on Detroit.
No.
What is it called? Burn? About the fire department? That was amazing, too.
That was a good one.
And these guys are out there still doing it every day, the police and fire.
Right.
Just overwhelming odds.
I got to say, you touched on it slightly, but how young people are going to Detroit. And it's, I don't know, something about that. If I was younger, it would excite me.
Well, it's like, homesteaders, it's like what happened with the Lower East Side. It was a drug zone. It was completely bombed out, abandoned buildings, and people, the first wave of people who went in were people who took over distressed properties for sweat equity. They basically paid the backpack taxes or a small amount of money in return for promising to fix and maintain the building. That took some real doing back then, and you really were like. Out there on your own, stripping abandoned buildings for plumbing and doing everything you could to fix the place up and dodging some pretty scary situations, when you went home every night. Look at it now. It's Disneyland.
Yeah, you got to be the amazing people who have that foresight. Like, I remember a buddy of mine, Gregg, is a comedian, bought stuff in Harlem years ago. Bought a brownstone, fixed it up himself, and it's probably worth millions now.
Of course.
Interloper.
But, they had to put in their time, and they had to put in some work, and you got to have some courage.
There's something adventurous about it. If you were younger and you didn't, have a wife and two kids and a successful radio show.
Yeah, you would think about it, huh?
It would be kind of adventurous.
You could buy a house for like $6,000.
Oh, I know. Even less.
Wow.
What's it going to take to fix it? There has to be something, like the meatpacking district. I mean, I know it's New York. It's different. But that was really shitty for years. And all of a sudden, like, one thing happens and makes it the hip place to be. What happens for Detroit that all of a sudden it's like, oh, God, and it draws people there, and it's like mass gentrification, really.
This city probably needs to shrink in size, which is, that it's way spread out. And people got to invest money. People got to go in and start businesses and buy up buildings. It just, the city, when that happens, it's going to change, you know, like the meatpacking district, like the Lower East Side. You know, it arguably, did those places get better? Well, yeah, okay, you're not going to get your throat cut by a feral crackhead going home, but on the other hand, you know, it's all, you know, hipster baristas and, you know, vegan burritos.
Right.
And so you lose something,
Don't want
you
to be
get
there
something.
either.
Yeah.
I would just grow pot.
Really?
Right on the sides of the abandoned buildings.
Maybe they
Start
are.
a pot industry.
Is it legal in Michigan?
Not yet.
Oh, they should fix that.
They got plenty of land to
Oh, boy, do
plant.
they.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed that episode. I enjoy your show in general, but that episode especially was really fascinating.
Having a lot of fun doing it.
Now, the other thing, because I'm a man trying to stay in shape, and so is the rest of the guys
Try,
here.
look at that body. It's working.
Do you go on a crazy diet before you start filming these shows? Because you eat everything in sight when you go to these places.
I'm not sitting around with a big bag of, you know, Cheetos in between shoots, you know. I mean, if I know I'm eating a big lunch, I'm not scheduling a dinner scene if I can avoid it at all.
Right.
I try to pace myself. If I'm doing an Italy show, we're going to be eating nothing but like pasta and great cheese and bread for 10 days. I mean, the whole crew's going to put on 10 pounds. We're careful not to do a France show right after that.
Okay.
Or it's, you know,
You go to Ethiopia or something.
That's exactly what we do.
You balance it out because you have to, you know, you got to keep the weight off for TV as well.
Right? Are we? You know, we'll literally
You are a TV
Italy
star,
followed by
so.
India. Where, you know, you'll be, you know, healthily shedding some pounds, eating delicious food, but, you know, shitting your weight.
Dysentery.
Yeah, that's
the
what
old dysentery diet.
Go to
Does it make
Mexico
you shit?
and have some water.
India?
I've never eaten Indian food. I want to eat it. Everyone says it's great.
You will look the spices, and I mean, you're not going to get. I think the threat is wildly overstated. I've never been. I eat nothing but street food for the most part in India. I've never been. It's never made me ill, but yeah, all that spice. You will spend some extra time, you know, buckled up.
I never got into Indian food. That's one of the foods I never really.
It's so good. I could eat vegetarian in India for you know, sustained periods of time.
Wow.
I want to try it here in New York. Like, I mean, not where, you know, just in a restaurant. And I want to ask you what a good place is because I want to try it. But it just, I'm always scared I'm going to get sick.
I don't do the gym, though, except sporadically. You know, my whole family's doing jiu-jitsu now. Okay, my wife, of course, lives at the Henzo Gracie Academy, and my daughter goes like 6 hours a week now.
Really? Wow.
She's turning into a little killer.
You're like the wimp in the family. That's right.
I go now. They got me into it. And
you like
I
it?
really love it, but I go really irregularly. So, you know, I'll go, you know, once or twice a week if I have the time back in New York, and just around the time that I'm finally getting to the point that, you know, I'm not struggling to throw up, you know, to not throw up on myself and lay on the ground wheezing and gasping in between, you know, segments. Just when I'm getting in reasonably, my cardio's getting kind of good and I can make it through an hour session without embarrassing myself, then I'm gone for 3 weeks and, you know, shoving pasta in my face and drinking too much, and I come back
France.
and start all over again, getting hammered.
The new season, where do you go?
So far, we've been to Punjab. We did a Vegas show last Sunday. This one is coming up Sunday is France, Lyon in particular, with Danielle Boulou, and it's really like the greatest hits of French cooking, and really it tries to track where these great chefs came from. I mean, they're all like farm boys and poor kids who grew up in this abusive system of going to work at 14 years old. And that's something we kind of forget about when you see these fancy chefs in their white jackets and exclusive, expensive restaurants. We think this is some kind of elitist thing.
Right.
Most of these recipes, all of these techniques, and the chefs themselves all came from, in almost every case, from very poor, very hard-working backgrounds and put in their time. So obviously it's something I'm sympathetic to. But I ate well on this show. And we've done a lot of like serious high-test food porn over the years, at 14 years, but this is the best.
Really?
This is the show that you're just going to sit there just drooling, you know, find something to eat before watching this one.
Really? How many calories do you think you took in?
In
one meal.
You will not believe, when you see, you will not believe that any human being could eat all of this. It's just so good, and
Good
also epic. I mean, eating with eating meals that will never be seen on television before. Never have been seen before and will never be seen again. There's some really old school really crazy, over-the-top stuff.
We've become kind of obsessed with a famous pastry chef here, this Dominique Ansel.
Yeah,
the cronut guy.
And the idea that he just will not, because you talk about these guys
cronuts.
being farm boys, maybe there's a pride to it, but he just will not capitalize
It's
the way
art.
he can.
It's art to some of these
Look,
guys.
it's like this. He's no different. Very good guy, by the way. Very humble, good dude.
Yeah.
He's a lot like some of the really great pitmasters, barbecue pitmasters, who figured out this is the maximum amount of brisket I can do without the quality starting to decline. And they're just not willing to do more. That's it. This is the maximum controllable amount I can crank out of this small space without it becoming crap.
But your customers aren't going to notice.
If
it drops slightly.
Your whole identity. A guy like him, that guy's working 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Everything he is in his product. And if he goes home knowing that he made a less good cronut, he's going to be miserable. You know, he'll do terrible things to himself. I mean, chefs take that really seriously.
Franchise it to Sam's Club and stop already.
Why doesn't he sell some, like mass sell them under his name because other people are stealing them?
I think we should learn from Dominic Ansel and only do 1 hour of radio a day.
But a quality
the
hour.
quality of that hour would be wonderful.
It's integrity, and then there's vanity too. Look, I'd very much like to take a big fat paycheck for doing like a, Tidy Bowl commercial or whatever. Or I can't. I don't want to be that guy.
With that said, and we did a whole show on this. Everyone else is selling his cronuts. Right. They're everywhere, and they're doing them badly. I think it was 2 days ago, we saw a cheeseburger
on two cronuts.
They're using the cronuts as the roll, obviously.
But
that's got to drive him crazy.
Actually, the cronut is not the best thing at that shop. He has a thing. I forget. It's a traditional
DK,
Bordeaux. Yeah, that thing is. Amazing.
That's what he says is his best.
And there are plenty of those.
Yeah, he loves the DK more than the cronut.
But he should box them, even have someone with his recipe make them and not mass produce them, but at least make them available. Because say at least this is from the actual baker. People will still go to his store to get what they want. But this way, people aren't confusing your product with a lot of the dog shit that's out there because they're all calling them cronuts. So if it's like
the day will come,
cronuts,
when he's going to hit 40 and say, okay, I've had enough. I've made some money. I'll invest in a bigger store and some more equipment, and it's time to make money. I think a lot of chefs hit that point.
He's known around the world. I mean, it's a guess, obviously. How much do you think he makes?
I would ridiculously small amounts of money, like ludicrously little.
A couple $100,000 a year.
I'd be shocked.
Which is small considering his reputation.
Shocked. I mean, do the math.
See, that's crazy to me. And he hit with something that everyone loves.
Most of these great restaurants that we're talking about that are charging massive amounts of money, they're not taking that much out of that place. So,
really?
Not what you think.
Wow.
It's
a low profit margin business, this restaurant thing.
That's why the prices are so high. Just to have a business in New York is crazy.
Yeah.
Your partner is your landlord.
Yeah.
Well, my neighborhood, all the restaurants have gone away over the last few years. Upper West. It's sad. You used to go walk down that Columbus Avenue. Not that they were the greatest restaurants, but it was just festive, and they all had outdoor.
Back in the day, and they've all been replaced by Victoria's Secret and merch.
Hubba.
Yeah. But sad to say is what I'm saying. Takes the flavor away.
Tough on the Upper West Side. It's been sort of a no-go zone for restaurants. Conventional wisdom has always been, stay away from the neighborhood. It's really hard to make it.
There's money there, though.
People don't want to spend on the Upper West Side. I don't know why. Or the reputation is that customers want, value that just not worth it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Are you concerned that there's a guy from Vice.com, it looks like, has been Simon, I want to say his name is Ostrowski, I think is how you say his last name, was taken by a Russian forces or whatever
it's being held right now. I don't know.
Well, first of all, these pro-Russian forces, the credulousness with which we've been talking about this, these pro-Russian insurgents, no, they are Russian-controlled operatives of the special services. Okay, so let's cut the shit.
But is that better for him, though?
Better for him.
It is, right.
These are, as I understand it, these are people under discipline.
Professionals.
That said, look, Vice has been reporting from incredibly sketchy situations, really hanging their balls out there for years. I've been to a lot of the places that they've covered, and I watch those shows, like what they're up to in places like Liberia and I think they've been to Syria. And I'm just saying, wow, something really bad is going to happen inevitably. And they've been getting away with it. I get a lot of respect. They're reporting from places that nobody else is going, and they're telling stories that nobody else is telling.
They know how to have a good time.
I hope that this will work out. Okay, when bad things happen in Ukraine, hopefully, generally, one would think there's a better chance of a happy outcome. When bad things happen in like Liberia or Congo, or a place where there's just total anarchy.
Those EA countries.
Different.
The EA countries are very bad.
They report from a lot of places where just the guy next to you in the market could suddenly turn, point at you and say CIA, and suddenly everybody in the place is wailing on you for no other reason than why not.
I don't know how there's the one where they interview, every Vice segment ends like this. We knew it was time to get the hell out of there. It's fucking dangerous, man.
No doubt.
Talking to the guy, like a legit Taliban guy, and it's just I think it was Shane and like one other guy,
and pissing him off,
and whatever.
Asking the wrong questions to be,
right. Shit.
Yeah. And they're small crews. They're not. It's not this big convoy.
Right. Yeah.
When we went to Libya, we were a small crew, but we hired a local militia from Misrata, all these kids, heavily armed kids who had some street cred and, looked after us.
How old were the kids?
Oh man, early 20s, all of them veterans of, a lot of them were sort of
veterans of some problem.
Well, look, a lot of them were Libyan expats who'd been, studying medicine in Montreal, who, when they heard that there was a chance, went back and learned how to, work a rocket launcher.
How's Libya now, since you were there?
Look, it's not a happy situation there. There are a lot of bad people who would like to kill Americans. There are a lot of people there who would like the Libyan thing to not work. A lot of forces with different agendas work there. The people I met and the people we work with were pretty realistic about their prospects. They said, look, it's going to take us 5 years to get our shit together here, at least. But they were also pretty optimistic. Said, look, we got Gaddafi out. No one said we could do that.
Right. Yeah.
We can get these Al-Qaeda dudes out, too. Look, I hope they're right. It's a very, very... It's one of those places where there are a lot of people who would be all too happy to, kill the people in this room.
I think we get a little self-centered here in the States, thinking that what's best for some of these countries is what would be best for us, and what we consider to be a good way of life and a good form of government, when that's just not the case.
We're not going to get the best case scenario. We're not going to get a Western-style democracy with a friendly president who loves Americans necessarily.
Right.
But for the Libyans, we hope they will end up with a non-maniac who's not going to be dangerous to their neighbors.
A non-maniac, yes. Vote for me. I'm a non-maniac.
Look, I have a lot of sympathy for them. I had a lot of really, really nice people who were incredibly courageous. I mean, these guys were fighting with homemade weapons. They made out of like hair dryers, crossbows that fired Molotov cocktails at Russian tanks.
A
lot of courage. It's a very do-it-yourself situation there, where police and emergency services are largely manned by just volunteer militias. It's pretty chaotic. But I mean, I'm rooting for them to sort their shit out. I met a lot of people who, with a lot of courage, who just want to be, to have the things that we have. And
it's a volatile region.
Yeah,
let's just say it's a volatile region.
They're trying to figure it out, though. That episode was promising.
The thing is, they're all connected in some way or another also. So you could have a country that really wants to get on the right path and start being productive in the world and not a detriment. And then they're bordering countries to keep dragging them
Bad
into conflicts.
Is a problem always. Yeah. I mean, look, you go to Lebanon and you go to Beirut, and it's just this amazing city. I mean, you could be, standing by the pool drinking cocktails, with oons in the background, get in a cab, and 4 minutes later you're in a Hezbollah neighborhood. It's very different situation that we live in, and there are a lot of, the alignment of power in that part of the world is a little more complex than some of our foreign policy geniuses would have us believe.
It's all right. The conflict has only been recent, so it should solve it very quickly.
I'm sure, yeah. I love these op-ed pieces, how to solve the problems in the Middle East in 3,000 words. Okay,
there you go. Well, even
Good
more
luck
fun
to
is
you.
having a debate on Twitter about it. 140. How could I spell this out in 140 characters?
Well, I love it. I was
My
in Gaza, and I was talking to some Gazan friends there, and they described this big honcho, Bigfoot op-ed dude from the New York Times coming to visit. Oh, yes, he came into town, stayed in this hotel, never left.
Wow.
You know,
really?
That's he's in, stays in the hotel with the other journalists. They all talk to each other, reporting from Gaza,
What'd you see? I don't know.
I saw them.
I saw as much as you did out the window.
He didn't leave. I think when he died, he didn't leave the hotel.
Not at all.
But according to my taxi driver, things are really getting better.
Well, they don't understand. They don't say the fact that people just hate each other on a deep level. Like they take that out of the equation. They look at it like, well, if the land is given and the Oslo, and they don't realize that people hate each other's guts beyond any agreement. It's not just about land,
right?
There's just a history there where they fucking hate each other.
Well, there's also situations where people are still pissed off about shit that happened 400 or 500 years ago.
Yeah.
In former Yugoslavia, I mean, the anger over the Battle of Kosovo, which happened, I think, I'm not sure, like 1700s, 1800s, I mean, a long fucking time ago.
Pretty
like
peeved
yesterday.
about that.
I think it happened
yesterday.
Amazing.
So where's the most dangerous place? Going with Jimmy's, was it Libya or?
For me, that I've ever been, look, Congo was probably.
Oh, that's right. You said the Congo.
The sketchiest. But I mean, the closest I've come to death has probably just been driving from location to location, and places like Vietnam or where people are really, the roads are not great, and your driving style is just
crazy,
reckless and suicidal.
Oh my God!
I saw an article recently on I guess it was the 10 most dangerous cities in the world, and I guess Brazil, one of the cities, I guess
more than Juarez, Mexico.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that came up as like just the amount of murder that goes on.
I've been in Brazil many, many times. I've never had a problem there.
Yeah.
Love it. I think if you dress smart and behave smart in Brazil, you shouldn't have a problem. That said, people I know and people around me have had real problems.
What kind of problems? Were the kidnapping problems?
Kidnapping or just random shootings. Somebody didn't like the way you looked at them at a stoplight. Bang.
Oh, really?
That seems to be the problem.
Go back to Beirut. Someone on the line said that you were scared shitless about getting out of there. There's a story there?
Well, when I was there in 2006, I was caught in the war. I look out my window. My crew were all sitting around drinking out of the mini bar, and the Israeli jets have been flying overhead all night, real close. Hezbollah had kidnapped some Israeli soldiers. The mood was really bad, and we're sitting around drinking. We look out my window, and just as the rockets come in and blow up the airport, and we realize this is not good. And then all of our fixers, our local translators, everybody, they were all like headed for Syria. We're getting out of here. It's war, and we can't. So we're just left there. And
why couldn't you go with them? Oh, you can't go to Syria.
Network was not letting us. First of all, they were bombing the roads. Secondly, we have a car. People who don't have a car, desperate to get out. We don't know what that situation is. We don't know if the Christians and the Shia are going to start fighting. We don't know what's going to happen, and the network is just saying no, stay put. It wasn't so much frightening as it was as it progressed, as we were there for day after day after day, and the cell phone bars are getting fewer and fewer. It was that we're going to lose contact with home, and that people who cared for us were going to be panicking and worried that we'd lose touch. It wasn't.
How long were you there?
There is a sense when you're an American with an American passport in a place like Beirut that even with the bombs coming in and the rockets and all of that, they know we're here. They won't hit us. It's not our war. And there's that sense there was a real sense of shame standing there by the pool, literally day after day, looking out at watching neighborhoods being blown up, a mile away, a half mile away.
How long were you actually stuck there?
A little over a week. We got out with the Marines off. They finally took us off the beach, and when the LCUs came in. Front drops down, me and a whole bunch of refugees, we all get on the boat. They take us out.
Return.
They take us out to the Nashville, and we slept on the flight deck. And they took us to Cyprus, and the network flew us back.
You know, when your airport blows up, the flight's probably going to be delayed.
A little bit. Almost as bad as United out of Newark.
Yeah.
So wait, how far were you from the beach? Like, how did you get from the hotel to the beach?
It was close.
Okay.
I mean, Beirut's right on the beach. But, I mean, there was a total blockade of, everything. And the bombing was, they were hitting not just strategic targets, but other stuff. And fortunately, the social contract didn't break down. The Lebanese didn't start shooting at each other.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And in fact, everybody left us. Everyone left us. The one guy who wouldn't was a Shia dude from what would be called, in the newspapers anyway, a Hezbollah neighborhood, a predominantly Shia neighborhood in the poor part of Beirut. In his neighborhood, as we're in the room, airport burning, and our fixers and translators all saying, well, we have to go. This guy was the one who wouldn't leave us. He was the guy, his cell phone is going off every 5 minutes. His family is calling in a panic because the whole neighborhood is going up. And he refuses, no, I am with you, I am with you, I am with you. And he stayed. We had to kick him out, essentially. He said, go back to your family, for fuck's sake.
Wow. You probably wanted to stay in a nice, safe hotel.
Yeah. Right.
Not go back to that fucking neighborhood.
It was very, very, very cool of him.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
How is he now, or you don't know?
He made it, yeah.
Good.
Jack in Jacksonville wants to say hi. Jack.
Hey.
Sorry.
Hey, Anthony, I'd like you to comment, if you would, on one of the biggest scams perpetrated in the American food market. They're called tilapia, but actually they've analyzed it, and it actually contains more fat than bacon, yet it's everywhere.
Tilapia. Look, I hate the stuff. It's generally a farm-raised, sort of generic fish-like product. I just hate it.
Wait, tilapia?
Not always. I mean, there's farm tilapia, and then you see a lot of everywhere you go where they need and want fish, you see a lot of tilapia. But I just don't like this stuff.
It's fattening. I didn't know that. I don't eat it.
Chances are, if you're getting tilapia in the States, chances are it's farm raised, it's super fatty, and to my mind, it just doesn't taste good.
How do you get a fat fish? I don't know. Just never understand.
Salmon's a fatty fish, but it's good fat.
Yeah.
A nurse shark.
It's omega-6s, the bad fat, is what's in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I just don't like the stuff. It tastes like, when your turtle died as a kid, and you forgot to clean the tank.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly. I never owned a turtle.
Got that fish tank.
You are
stench.
a turtle.
I know. I realize that my physical is cause for humor in your eyes. I do the best I can. Go on, hurt me. I'm an easy target. But no, it was at our gym open. I was tilapia, and I'm eating it once. I'm like, this stuff fucking
I don't like
sucks.
tilapia.
Never, just not.
That's how it's prepared.
That, another big
horrible.
scam.
Prepared the same way.
Chilean sea bass.
Thank you.
Yes.
Tasty, though.
The fish of the year for ages. Oh, it's so great, Chilean sea bass. That stuff that was like eating like styrofoam surfboard or something.
Oh, you don't like it?
But mushy, frozen,
it's mushy.
Farmed. It's not even a Chilean sea bass. It's a Patagonian toothfish that they renamed.
Oh, man.
I was going to tell you this to go down that
nasty.
road. We're running out of fish, so we're starting to eat fish we never ate before and just giving them fancy names, and Chilean sea bass is at the top of that list. I thought it was called the dogfish or something like that, but it was whatever. It doesn't matter.
What's a healthy white fish thing? Because I eat a lot of the, as I call it, the Chilean sea bass. It's a professor girl.
I don't like Chilean sea bass at all.
How do you? What is a good healthy white fish then? That's good for the waistline.
Look, flounder or any of its relatives. A cod, a halibut.
Okay.
Fluke.
Yeah.
Fluke sushi is amazing.
Halibut's great.
I like a good halibut.
But I like those oily,
halibut.
dark fish. I love them, like mackerel. What are used to be called trash fish. I love like fresh sardines, mackerel, bluefish, good stuff. As long as it's fresh.
Sardines are rough.
I like the oil sardines.
I don't mean out of the can. I mean fresh,
I
grilled.
get it.
Rub a little garlic, throw them on the grill. Beautiful.
My in-laws will just open a can of sardines and go to town. I'm like, oh my god, that's horrendous. They love it.
Fresh sardines on the grill, beautiful.
Yeah. I can't do it.
I've never had one.
Can't do it.
I've just had the canned ones, and I use that reference a lot when this situation is tight-fitting. I'll mention the little fellas.
Hey, probably a hack question, but I got to ask. Are you eating any crazy things this season? The Canadian episode last season where you're eating the beaver tail or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was good.
Yeah.
I know
I
you
couldn't
told us
believe
that
it.
last time. I just don't understand.
I
that
don't
could
know.
be good.
If I run into anything. I was with the Maasai in Tanzania recently, and they're into like basically kill the goat and. Basically, they're all over the fresh blood right out of the chest cavity and the raw kidney. They're super into that.
That's gotta
and I was
be
sort of
dangerous.
hosted by a group of Maasai, and they had me deliver the bad news to the goat and butcher it. I felt really proud of myself because they were very impressed with my butchering skills. They did not expect that of me. But they, once you open them up, they're all in there with their hands, drinking the blood right out of the cavity
You think
and yanking
the
the kidneys
parasites
out.
would just like eat you up from ingesting that?
Compared to what?
I don't know. You just assume that here in the States that I don't know.
Why would you assume that?
I don't know because
why?
Because you assume that USDA stamp means something,
I'm sure
or
that
the refrigeration means something.
Refrigeration actually means that you can keep stuff longer than you would in the developing world. I mean, most of the time, in my experience, the food like street food is fresher and better and often safer than the stuff where you can rely on a freezer. Keep throwing that bolognese sauce back in the freezer every time.
Yeah.
We'll hold it till tomorrow. It's good for another day. No, it's not.
I don't know though. The thought of eating a Tanzanian goat kidney or having a fucking burger here in the States,
or taking your hands and scooping up the blood,
scooping up some blood.
Did you try it?
Oh yeah.
Was it all right?
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. It's good.
Very salty, right?
What made you gag? I'm sure you don't really.
There's stuff, if it's actively rotten, like there are some cultures that like to rot and ferment stuff. That's a problem.
That is an odd
How do they have
practice.
taste buds for that?
I think a lot of cultures where it's really, really cold and it's basically, herring again, where there's a narrow flavor spectrum. For kicks, they like to get stuff really funky and ripe. It's like exciting, wakes them up, makes their dick hard,
Yeah,
I like fermented stuff. I love kimchi. I like that. But if it's actively rotten and slimy,
what's a rotten, slimy food?
Lutefisk or hard.
Oh, we talked about that.
Yeah,
like his records.
There are a lot of cultures that do that.
Hot Carl, I've had those.
Wow, yeah, it's slimy, rotting
fish.
Where
was that
fish
again?
And meat. There's a
Norway or something.
There's a fermented pork dish. I think. Where is that? I think in China. They're
it's rough.
Fermented.
Do they really enjoy it?
Yeah.
They seem to.
Oh, they love it.
Do you like your filter fish? I had that once. It was horrendous.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
I certainly am not judging. The slaughtering of animals, is that tough for you?
It's tough for me. I don't like it.
I just know I just personally couldn't do it.
I believe if you hunt, you should eat it. I'm not a big hunter, but I do hunt on the show. I enjoy it, but it's in every case we're hunting what we intend to eat that day, and only that. Don't have any real sympathy for trophy hunters. In fact, I'm kind of contemptuous of them.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like killing animals, but a lot of the times on the show, we're going to a traditional pig roast or something like that.
Right.
Now, that pig is going to die. Okay, and it's going to die because we're doing a pig roast scene.
Right.
So I've essentially, Michael Corleone style, I've killed it already. Okay, the order has been given.
You said hello, piggy, and you choked it in the car.
The pig goes tonight. So whether I do it personally or not, I'm responsible for this pig's death. So I will. I think that level of discomfort and guilt is appropriate.
You ever see other cultures slaughter an animal to the point where you're like, wow, as an American or whatever, this is crazy.
Well, I think one of the things that the animal activists don't get is that the poorer people are, and the worse the conditions they live in, the less concerned they are with those things. Dispatching an animal quickly or letting it live in reasonably happy, comfortable conditions until such time as it's killed for food. It's not a priority when you're just struggling and fighting to live every day. You're jamming 30 chickens in a little cage, and then you're bringing them to market, and you're dispatching them anyway necessary.
Yeah, we have people that feed steak to their dogs here, and dog is food somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I've seen a lot of animals go in different ways.
How'd you do the goat?
This last time?
Yeah.
Punch it to death.
Yeah, you're going to love
do
this.
it with the
no,
knife?
I suffocated it the traditional way because they want the blood to stay
With
in
love?
They want it to stay in the chest cavity. You pinch off its nose, and you hold its mouth closed, and you lean.
Oh my
on
God!
top,
You
and
fucking
It's like I said. I'm sure they're going to cut this in the show. It's like it reminds me of the last time I visited Grandma at the old age.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
You gave it the old Christopher from The Sopranos fucking ending. Wow.
Oh, then did he threw the fountain through the window?
Can you give it any?
Sorry, Grandma, I just can't afford it anymore.
Oh yeah.
His little goat feet were kicking.
No, wow.
Wow, that's a fucking. That's some way to do it.
Another
that's
question.
Hands-on right there.
Have you ever eaten one of the? This is the part of the interview where we get the fun questions. Have you ever eaten one of those rotted duck eggs they serve in the Philippines?
Okay, they're half-term duck eggs. It's called balut. In Vietnam, called hat vin long, and it's basically a soft-boiled half-term duck egg. So you've got the fetus of the duck in there. So you get these little beaky, feathery bits in there.
Come on, who wants to eat this?
Hugely popular dish in the Philippines, but it's supposed to make you fertile and strong and much hard. I'm not a fan.
How much could you actually eat? How much did you get through? Like, did you eat the whole?
I've eaten the whole egg.
It's like a fucking half rotted dead bird.
It's not rotted.
You said half turned. What's that mean?
Half formed.
You're
eating a feathery, beaky little.
It's like an old omelet
floating inside your.
Is that the one that's black? It's like the egg is dark.
No, that's the 1,000-year egg. These are the
right,
tea
the
smoked egg.
1,000-year
What's a 1,000-year egg?
It's not 1,000-year.
Oh.
It's
naive.
But it's basically like a big soft-boiled egg with a little bird in it.
Man,
do you feel bad when you're chewing the beak? Little guy.
Little guy, Jimmy. Yeah, that's
I'm respectful of others' food ways, and
why are the Asians?
No, that's why I'm asking, because you have to move into everyone else's cultures.
Yeah.
Look,
and I wonder if that's strange to you at times. That's all.
Look, just think about what it must look like for them. You know, somebody helping themselves to cottage cheese from the buffet. You know, here,
right.
You know, just or a Cinnabon. You know, some 550-pound, Texan
fucking radio worker
eating a Cinnabon at 4 o'clock in the morning must be just truly appalling. In fact, what's really weird is you see what American food shows are popular abroad. And I mean, I was just watching food television. The local networks, what shows they buy, and it's A Man vs. Food is huge. All those like Bacon Paradise and Bacon Wars, anything where it's like obese Americans shoving massive amounts of like bacon and burgers into their face. I think they just sit there and say, "Oh my, look at these monsters." We were right about America. It's a very bad place. It just confirms their worst prejudices about America because it's all about competitive eating or gorging or eating these massive
Iraq could be
things.
Seinfeld over there.
Are we officially the fattest nation, or
I don't think so.
Who beats us out? The Samoans or whatever?
That whole stroke belt in the South Pacific, the spam belt is pretty hefty.
Spam belt.
Scotland's not. Scotland and England are catching up, I think.
Really?
I don't know who's actually fattest, but
Right.
Yeah, I think we're probably doing pretty good over here, though.
Inside jokes there, Anthony.
I don't know.
One of our guys is a little heavy.
Well, he's not even that heavy.
amazing.
That's the best part about it.
I couldn't eat that egg. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Sure
I physically wouldn't be able to do it. I would
If we got
vomit.
you fucked up enough.
Oh, so the alcohol does help, I guess.
It's a bar snack.
Yeah, it's a bar snack. I'll take the fucking bowl of chips. What's that?
I do love about the show that you don't hide the drinking either. You partake in a lot of alcoholic beverages.
It's an important part of the process.
It's awesome though, but you're not hiding it. Like,
gotta wash that down.
Wash it down.
Yeah, now it's a luxury that I can, I could do that on my show. And
That's
I think
all good.
Other TV hosts are expected to like behave or not slur.
Right.
They're also expected to like shave and
Maybe dress for the occasion, something like
Half the
that.
time you do look like you're on your way to court for a DWI.
Jesus, Jimmy. Hilarious. Let's go to Joe in Detroit checking in. Joe.
The D.
Oh, hey, man, it's actually Bill. Hey, Anthony,
right.
number one, I'm a big
Bill
fan
Troit.
of yours
the Cook's tour. And I loved, you talk about Beirut. I mean, that was a pretty scary episode. And Anthony Opie about Detroit. There was a show on a few years ago, Life After People, where they did a lot of computer generated.
Oh yeah, sure.
I've seen that.
We saw it.
What's scary about Detroit was they actually just went to Detroit and filmed the buildings that
they didn't have to do the CGI work of like.
They just and I'm originally from Detroit. I'm down in Atlanta now. It's crazy. Yeah, they didn't. They just went to the city, and because it's like John R. There's just a lot of great old buildings that have fallen apart since the 68 riot. So it's about 40 years later, and they were just filming. And so this is actual buildings. Now, this is the way it is going to look after man is gone. It's called downtown Detroit, which is so sad because it's such a beautiful city.
Beautiful buildings, beautiful city. I mean, really, no place like it.
Right on the river there. I mean, what's sad about it is like my sister-in-law lives in Chicago. I go over there. You're in Chicago, and you sort of look out on the lake, and it's like, why can't Detroit be this? And then you go back to Detroit, and I mean, and part of the problem with Detroit was the ex-mayor Coleman Young. I mean, it was very racial, and it still is to this day. It's sad. It's
politically, there's obviously a problem with
the
Detroit,
mayors have ended up in jail.
But the industry, that's the biggest thing. Chicago didn't have an industry that completely failed.
Well, yeah, and it isn't Motown anymore because all the factories have gone south because it's like Flint, Michigan. I grew up near there. It used to be Buicktown. They've torn all the plants down. It's gone. General Motors has left town.
That's just what happens. Industry changes, and then people are left in the dust. Yeah. You go south of Buffalo down the Great Lakes, and you see all these old factories and industries there that just
we were just
up.
shooting in Western Mass, in these mill towns and places where all of the cutlery producers and mills closed up. We just shot in Mississippi in the Delta, where cotton and most of their industries disappeared.
Well, we don't have to start thinking buy American again.
Of course, but
the unions make it too expensive. And I'm not even shitting on the unions. It's hard to do when there's such high prices.
I'm all for rampant capitalism, but to my way of thinking, if you want to move your company offshore to save money, we shouldn't help you. Okay, we shouldn't. Our tax dollars shouldn't help you take American jobs away. In fact, we should whack you with a make it expensive for you to move offshore. I don't care about your damn stockholders. I care about Americans. We need to make stuff. We're turning into a country that's in the business largely. What jobs are replacing these manufacturing jobs? Service jobs.
Yeah.
We're going to end up, a nation, someone said, who's basically in the business of selling each other cheeseburgers or carrying golf bags for our future masters.
Servicing other people's great ideas
I don't want that.
And industry. Right. Yeah.
To me, the best part of your show I love is like the last minute. I love your...
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Wait a minute.
What?
It's fantastic. The part I always wait for at the end because you're such a brilliant guy. So it's been great talking to you, and I can't wait to see the next show.
Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Joe. I think one more call here. This one is intriguing, and then we'll get Anthony out of here. Greg in Tucson. Greg.
Hey, it's Frank. No problem.
Why are the names wrong?
By the way,
today?
who's doing the fucking phone?
Really?
They've got 2 in a row wrong.
Problem.
Molly Maitland?
Fire his ass.
Old ass
Tony,
reference.
I got a question for you. Forget those 2 other pricks, even though I love them. The cheese that they put the larva in, and then the larva eat the inside of the cheese and then puke it out.
I've seen this.
And they ban it. Have you tried that?
Yes, that's a Sardinian cheese. I forget what it's called.
Larva cheese or something?
Basically, it's hopping with maggots.
Wow.
And you figure if there's maggots crawling through my cheese and people are happily eating it, you're figuring it better be pretty good. If you're
right.
Yeah, I've heard it is absolutely delicious. If you're a brie kind of guy or you're a soft cheese kind of guy, it's got the tinge to it, and they ban it.
It's more like if you leave a blue cheese in your fridge like a little too long and it's got that ammonia stank on it, it's more like that. So you better like your strong cheeses and not mind bugs hopping on your face. But it is pretty good.
Do they smear the maggots on their crackers?
Oh, yeah, it goes right on.
Why don't they just pull the maggots out?
Right on.
They're tiny. What do you be picking? You want to be picking there's lots of them in there.
Best part.
So you're eating the maggots.
Love your show, fellas, and I'll hang up and listen.
Of course you
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you, Greg.
There he goes.
Whatever, Frank.
Rambling
I forgot
on
his
and
name.
on.
Frank, Bill, Steve.
I don't know. Anyway.
I want to know for you who we picking for UFC this weekend.
Yeah, who's fighting?
Who's fighting? Did you see the...
Jones versus
in
Teixeira?
Baltimore.
Wait, wasn't Jones supposed to come in? What happened with that?
I don't
We
know.
were supposed to have John Jones
That's right.
again. I forgot John
Jones
Jones.
versus Teixeira. It's
Got to go Jones.
Mark?
yeah,
Saturday, I'm sure.
It's Mark Miller.
Wait, is this first time Jones is fighting since the
Not
toe?
Mark Miller. I'm sorry. Pardon me.
Since the toe? When he broke that toe sideways?
Might be, right?
No, the last one was a Gustafsson fight.
Oh, right, that
that.
fucking 5
which
rounds.
was close.
That's the toughest
It's
one
gonna
he's
be,
had.
yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm going. I'm very, very,
Awesome.
very, very excited.
You see Verdum kicked the shit out of Travis Brown 5 rounds. Now it's going to be Verdum, Cain Velasquez for the heavyweight.
Wow.
Verdum is a nasty, nasty
So is Cain,
jiu-jitsu
though.
guy.
And who else
Yeah.
is fighting? I'm totally blanking. It's
I really don't know this
I
card,
don't
to be
know
honest
it
with
at
you.
all.
yeah.
Phil Davis.
Phil
Anthony
Davis.
Johnson.
Yeah, I'm like in
Oh.
Davis. And
Luke Rockhold.
and
Tim. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry.
Spell it.
Boetsch.
Yes, me either.
yeah, I don't know.
Bosch.
I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah. We're a little behind on our UFC, I think.
It's date night in Baltimore for me. I'm very excited.
How great is it to have a wife that loves UFC? That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, really?
My daughter watches. I mean, she's been watching since she's 4 years old. You know,
Wow.
it's like watching some guy just completely covered with blood. I think the man covered in blood is going to lose that out.
Man covered in
Could be.
blood. That's great.
That's a good father, though, letting your kid watch that stuff. I'm being serious.
Well, look, she's learning to fight, as little girls should.
That's good. Yes, they should, right?
Hey.
We were watching...
Uncle Paul.
I got almost 4, and we were watching scary superhero stuff yesterday online. And I
How'd
was
you
like,
take it?
this might be a little too rough. Like the Joker, and he took it well.
But, you know, kids are strange, though. Like, my daughter loved Coraline. Have you seen this film?
No.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying. I'm watching this thing. I'm totally creeped out. My daughter's like, oh, this is really awesome.
That one I turned off. He was
my
too
God.
young.
You know, the alternate
you gotta know when to
parents,
turn it
where
off.
They take
Yeah.
their eyes out and sew buttons in.
Yes. Yes. That one, and there was Frankenweenie, or one of those scary, where everyone's dead in this cartoon. I'm like, what? You can't watch this yet.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
That one
also she loved.
Another one. Very.
That one's kind of cool.
So you never know what's going to totally traumatize kids.
Got to figure it out as you go, I guess.
Is this that cheese? I'm looking at a picture of it. Maggots don't hurt you if you eat them?
No.
Ah.
Protein.
Next time you come in, we got to eat some weird stuff, I'm thinking.
Assholes.
They'll
I'll hook us
reciprocate
up.
in time.
Will you hook us up?
I'm sure
The
I can get
maggots.
some of that stuff. I know people.
You hear this, Jimmy?
What?
We're going to get maggot cheese next time Anthony Bourdain's in.
I don't want that.
And there's a
gonna be out
bird
that
called
day.
an ortolan. I think you'd be very interested in, Jim. You
What's
eat
that?
the entire thing. It's a tiny little bird. They suffocate
What's it shaped like a cock?
Basically, they drown it.
You sit on it first?
Well, you do put the whole thing in your mouth.
How big is it?
First, about this big.
Okay,
You
4
drown
inches.
it in Armagnac, and then you pick it up sizzling hot, put it in your mouth with the little head sticking out, and you crunch down into the boiling hot carapace, crunching through its tiny little bird bones. And there's a hot rush of guts and boiling
Get
Armagnac
outta here.
that rushes down your throat. And as you eat, the little tiny little bones cut your gums so that your own blood, is actually a component of this flavor experience.
Okay, that's going
And
too far.
traditionally, it was enjoyed when you ate it in a
crazy.
restaurant. They'd bring you a hood to put over your head, so as not to offend
that
God. so
not to offend God.
Wow.
yeah,
That's
or
great.
gross out your fellow diners. So
Exactly.
I think we could get down on some of that.
It reminds me of my new favorite dessert, which is a log of shit with a hat on it and marmalade smeared on the other end.
With straight pins shoved in it.
Yeah.
You could get this bird thing in New York? There's no way you could get that
It's a
bird.
gray area, but
Okay.
I mean,
I would
are you
think.
asking if I can get it? Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
What's it called?
Should I get it? No.
So why don't we set up something where
Ortolan.
you come in with some of this crazy stuff, and let's have at it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
How about just good pizza? We all have a few laughs.
Yeah, right? What's wrong with a little pizza?
All right,
No,
Anthony.
that's
This-
great. Anthony,
We love talking to you, man. We
always
love
a
it.
joy.
Thank you, guys.
Anthony's show is on, it started April 13th, and the new episode shot in France is on this Sunday, the 27th at 9 o'clock on CNN. Of course, there's just Bourdain on Twitter.
I got it all DVR'd. I'm way behind, but I will watch every single episode like I've done in the past. So, always a pleasure, Anthony.
Great.
Bourdain.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Fun,
man.
as always.
We're going to take a quick break.
Bye-bye.
I rarely do this, but I had to deal with an idiot on Twitter.
Oh, no. Sam.
An idiot. We're talking to Anthony Bourdain and Jimmy Burke, the cronut guy. And we're trying to get some insight on a guy that comes up with this thing called the cronut. Although some have argued the cronut has been around, but he brought it to the masses, this cronut, this Dominique Gansel. Yep. And we're amazed and we're obsessed, certainly I am, that the guy isn't making more cronuts and that he's not capitalizing on the fact that he brought the cronut to the masses. It's all over the world now. It's all over the world. So we were kind of asking Anthony Bourdain how much you think he makes. And Anthony Bourdain said he makes very little. Right. So then I said, so what do you mean, a couple $100,000? So this asshole on Twitter, XX860XX, the guy says he probably makes very, very little money, and then Opie says, what, a couple $100,000? Uh-oh. It's the context of the whole fucking thing, you idiot. If you invented or brought the cronut to the masses, to the world, you should be a multi-millionaire because of that. So when Anthony Bourdain said he's making very little, I dropped the numbers thinking, only a couple $100,000, meaning that that's not a lot of money considering what he did.
Right. Yeah.
I can't take fucking dummies.
If you're running a business in New York City.
It doesn't mean, and a couple $100,000 in New York, by the way, yes, thank you, Anthony, wouldn't you? But Bourdain said it's even less than that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that a couple $100,000 isn't a lot of money, you stupid fuck!
But we do think that
God,
it's not
so
a lot of
frustrating. Of course, a couple $100,000 is a lot of money.
Is a mere bag of shells, but
to them, to those little peasants out there, you dirt lickers.
You know, there's companies that are making millions of dollars because of what Dominic Ansel brought to the masses. That's my point here. And that guy, and Dominic said, "Screw the money. I'm okay with making 100, 200,000. It's probably not even that."
Right.
But we all want more money, right?
More.
Thank you. I
bring it on.
I rarely have to, because I just understand people listen with half an ear or something. They're just fucking idiots.
Half an ear. What was the guy that has half an ear?
Evander Holyfield?
Well, he does.
Who else?
Who
are some of those other
tiny ear?
Who are some of those other half ear guys?
Mick Foley?
Oh, McFoley's got half a ear.
Who was born with the half a ear?
Paul Stanley.
Paul Stanley, too.
What about him?
He's got
half an ear?
Little half an ear, or no ear on one side or something. I don't know.
He's got a fake one or something, right?
Yeah.
But he's lucky because he got to grow his hair long most of his life.
That's true.
Let's say hi to Gaylord.
Oh.
The Gaylord, Boston. What's up,
Aunt?
Oh. Lord of the Gay.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, my first name's Gaylord.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I said hi, Gaylord.
My last name's Peckalika.
Fuck yeah. This guy's good.
Shit, you got us.
Rope this right in.
Fuck.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck. Yeah,
right. That guy loves Chip.
Thanks, Gaylord.
Bye.
We got Sebastian Bach coming in a few minutes, so.
Oh, yeah?
That'll be good, too.
What's he working on?
There's a new, I'm thinking new CD.
Oh, yeah?
Someone on Twitter said that the Today Show apologized for Joan Rivers' jokes about the Cleveland Broads.
Fucking cowards.
Not Joan Rivers apologized.
Right.
According to Twitter, maybe we can find the clip. A guy was just on the Today Show to apologize for what Joan Rivers said.
Joe, we apologize. If anyone was offended, we certainly would not here at the Today Show make light of such a blah, 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 blah. Shut up.
How about instead of doing that, you explain the comedy to your audience?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I would love to find that clip if someone down the hall maybe could try to find it. That would be great.
Sam had it, and then he got rid of it.
Oh, you had it, Sam?
Could we go... Do you think this country could go...
One day?
Like one day without someone saying something on some medium somewhere that offends someone to the point where it has to be addressed?
Or apologizing. One day without an apology.
Yes, without some... Oh, we here at the Today Show. They never describe what it was. Yesterday, you may have heard something that it's always very vague. We heard a segment yesterday that just some people...
Some of you might have been offended.
We here at the Today Show want to give our utmost, sincerest apology.
They love the word condone.
We do not condone.
We do not condone what Miss Rivers said on this very program yesterday that we're not going to repeat here, certainly.
We would never, ever make light of the tragic circumstances of the girls put in the tiny little house by the evil man.
What a country of groveling worms.
Nibbling. We really need some adversity here. I mean, we really do. We got a little piece of it with 9/11.
Who that?
We got some adversity there.
That was DDP.
DDP.
Who's that?
He's the. We watched him on Nancy Grace. He's the wrestler that Nancy Grace.
Right.
Roped in.
I didn't see that.
Diamond Dallas.
That was
really him.
Yeah, DDP Yoga in the house.
We don't want to talk to him.
Why not?
Great.
In the fucking house.
Love Nancy
as Sandy
Grace.
Kane would say.
You see what's going on down there at the 9/11 Museum?
Yes, the Muslims are upset.
Apparently there's a film, a part of the museum exhibit where you go in and they give you a quick 6 or 7 minute film, gives you a little background on Al-Qaeda, who were the perpetrators of the evil doings on 9/11. Well, there's this consortium of religious people and others that think the film is incendiary, and it's just a little too insensitive to Muslims. Fuck you.
But that's the country we live in.
Yes, it is.
They bomb the fucking buildings. They kill 2,500 people, whatever it is.
And we don't want to make them look
But I don't think we're
bad.
going to listen to that. I think that's going to go through it.
No, but it's amazing how many people agree with this fact that it's incendiary.
They were Islamists, and their word jihad is what...
Yes.
Hey, dumb motherfucking clerics. We say that they did it for jihad because they claim that's why they did it.
Right.
People who are committing these murders are saying they do it for Allah and jihad.
Allah.
We don't make that up. They tell us, and we say it, and then we're bad guys.
Yeah, their whole thing is like, I don't think a 7-minute film can truly show the motives behind that. Because, you know why?
Yeah.
Because you can't put the guilty American viewpoint of, we made our own bed, we have to lay in it, kind of take that a lot of these liberal douchebags want to dump on it.
Yeah, it's just we didn't get the twatty root cause, how it's really our fault deep down.
Of course.
They don't have hatred. It's out. We force them to have hatred.
Yes.
Nothing to do with them or their religion. It's everybody else.
That 9/11 fever lasted for a very short period of time, where we actually had some clarity of thought, and when you walked around New York City and were smelling the fires and looking at the wreckage, it didn't matter if somebody told a fucking off-color joke. That wasn't the biggest thing in your fucking life that day or that month or, the year that followed even. That wasn't the big issue. We weren't sitting there coddling Muslims. That's for fuck sure. And now, hey, Jenny Hutt, you little henna head.
Oh, God, she was so needy.
Yeah.
Get her in here. Fuck.
She is.
She just tweeted about us.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny Hutt.
I don't like you these days. I don't know what it is. I really didn't like you at first, and I didn't find you attractive or anything.
Oh, God, help me.
And now I'm like, there's something about you when your tweet pops up and that picture of you,
it's so
where
sad.
you're sitting on your ass and your feet are up, and I could see fucking where that gash is.
Oh, no,
I see it.
No,
Oh, Jenny,
that's really awful.
Fiery red mane down there.
Can we talk about that,
Oh, yeah, let's
that
talk
news
about your-
conference
what?
with the camel toe, that giant camel toe
fucking
thing?
great. Oh, my viral video
Yeah,
Surely Pen.
It was
Yeah.
genius. I can't believe that they did that.
Isn't that great? They just lowered the camera.
Well, she didn't. She's an eyewitness, and she didn't want her face on camera because
So
she
she
was scared.
wanted her labia.
So they
whale eye difference.
So the cameraman just panned down and filmed the fucking camel toe.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Is that what you used to look like?
Yeah, I know.
Let me
So
see. Like a chubby little gal.
Oh,
Damn.
look at you.
You're a little anchor.
Listen, it was not. I can't.
That
there's
girl
nothing I
gives
could
blowjobs.
say.
Did people say that she has a pretty face?
Yeah, my whole life.
She
it was
has
awful.
such a pretty face. Why does she?
Yeah.
How many blowjobs did you give because you were fat?
By the way, that's not a true statement.
You're
regarding
not.
no, because the truth is, when you're very insecure, I was not slutty because I was insecure.
Oh man, you could have been.
Yeah,
You were
right.
built. You were built for slut.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
But you were probably a better fuck back then because fat girls definitely will fucking
but
rock
she
your
still
world.
has the same
I had
They
mentality.
feel like they have to
boobs
try
and a
harder.
bigger booty, but
Did you
whatever.
snag that husband of yours when you were chunky?
I did. I was like 30 pounds heavier
How
when
the
I met my
fuck did that
husband.
happen?
So
The
that
guy's
means-
beautiful.
So that means
I give a
See your
good
husband?
blowjob.
that means he was
Oh,
poor
nice.
when he met
Sorry.
you.
No, my husband's.
He was poor, wasn't he?
He's
He saw that Jenny Hutt money.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
By the way,
feeder? Was he a
in
feeder?
all
Was he a
fairness,
chubby chaser?
being married to me, it would be worth it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
a
easy to
treat?
live with.
Oh,
I'm
you're
saying.
not?
No. Mm-mm.
Wow, you were fat and miserable.
No, but I'm fun. Hold on.
Well, what did your
I'm fun.
singles ad say? Fat, cranky girl seeks victim.
There's a cat.
This is
You
so
so
sad.
gave up the shitter, man.
Listen, guys.
Yeah.
I haven't. I have not.
Wow.
It's still a conversation in my house.
Whoa. Nice.
Oops.
With the workers that come in.
Yeah, that's it. But there's a guy
there
who's
it is.
here. I just tweeted to the two of you.
I
Because there's this
saw
guy
your
who
new
paid
tweet.
Charity Buzz, right? Like
Uh-huh.
$3,000 to
Whoa.
come to Sirius XM and
Wow.
quote unquote meet me.
Wow.
Come to find, wait,
Oh.
that he really loves the two of you much more than he loves me.
There's three of us
I
here.
swear it's true.
Which two? Because there's three of us here.
Well, those two. I mean, I love you.
Sam
too,
Roberts,
but it was
too,
really,
but
it was
no one
about,
wants to meet him.
Yes, I
you
accept
know.
that. You're
Well,
3.5.
But I do like that during your bumper that they always say you guys on Twitter are Opie Radio, Anthony Cumia, and Jen Norton. So
They
you have
do.
top billing.
Not if certain people who were involved in this channel had their way. But thank God the guys have shown friendship and loyalty.
Where is this guy?
He's here. He's waiting to.
Why don't we close the curtains? I don't want him getting
I don't want
peek
you
at
to-
us.
Exactly.
Please,
Let him take a look at the curtains.
Thank you,
He's
Sam.
so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Picture? No.
Oh, really? He's
Go
so
blow.
sweet.
Once you get a
That's what I
cab,
say.
Look,
go to the
Loves
fucking
the
river
two
and
of
jump.
you. Oh, Sam's closing the curtain.
That's
This is
right.
so
The
sad.
curtains. He
That's
shan't
right.
be fucking gazing in on our
Yeah, we don't need
greatness.
starstruck pupils distracting me from my jokes.
So I have to tell you, because Anthony and I live relatively close to each
Oh,
other,
yeah.
What's
I
that
find
about?
myself. I know, right, Opie?
How do you know
I
where
find
he
myself
lives?
thinking
Oh.
sometimes
Keeping
as I'm
over.
like getting stuff for my family.
Oh, she
I'm
has,
like,
right?
oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if Anthony orders pizza from here. I wonder if Anthony goes to this grocery store
Do you go to Vincent's?
in Huntington.
No.
That one?
Stop enunciating
where-
perfectly.
Where
Where we
live?
live.
No, we don't go to Vincent's.
Grocery
we go to
store.
somewhere with an A.
Ah.
There's two different ones.
I know.
With an
I know
A.
which one I think you're talking about.
Is there
Yeah,
an
one on the
NP
main
after it?
drag.
I go by the wall bombs over there.
Oh, I know.
yeah.
Oh, that Vincent.
'Cause
Yes,
they
it's
got-
a good one.
That's a good one. And then there's a Petco in there for
There
all
is.
young Beavis's little
Oh, nice.
needs.
That's right.
And there's a supermarket, and I guess
And there's a
Ange
Dirty
goes
Bagel
there to
store.
buy things. I wouldn't know.
Do you go to the Dirty Bagel store?
The Dirty Bagel store? No,
Yeah.
but there's a
That's
liquor
how she
store.
that's how she talks about it. It's the synagogue, actually. She's just really anti-Semitic.
Synagogue. The Dirty Bagel store. Oh,
very,
is that terrible?
very inappropriate, Jenny.
Oh.
Pictures of before and after.
It's a
Yeah,
before and
thanks.
after of
Yeah.
Jenny Hutt
Thank
with the
you.
same
Thank you
pose
so
where you're
much.
kind of sitting. But look at that shot. Her legs are a little akimbo. I could see like where your butt kind of like lifts up off the floor a little. Where
I know
that,
where Ant would
you
like to
slapped yourself into some nice fucking shape
Yes.
there, lady.
Yeah.
You know where Ant would like to eat?
Where?
Is in Mississippi in the 1960s.
That's really awful, Jim.
Swim walk.
All right,
That's great.
You gotta go now? That
How's things
sucks.
going over there
What?
on
Oh, you don't
Headline
have to
News?
go?
I'm done.
Well, that
What?
really
Over.
sucks.
Did you meet Nancy Grace?
Yes, I have
What
met
a
Nancy.
pig she is.
But she was nice.
She's
My
a pig.
coworkers
She's
are-
not nice.
And now the whole show's out of L.A. now. I was the only one in New York. No, it's okay.
Dr. Drew's out in L.A. now?
Yeah, he's always in L.A., but I was in New York.
you were
so
in the
now
New
the
York.
rest, yeah.
Oh.
He didn't fight to keep you?
No, and that's okay.
What did you say to
Good.
Nancy
I'm
Grace
good.
when you met that
Fucking guy.
capitalizing
I said hi.
slob?
I said hello.
Was she frigging her clitoris looking at a dead child photo?
No,
thinking
she
how
actually-
could capitalize on Twitter with it?
No, that wasn't what happened.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
no.
wasn't sure.
Oh, man, that's Dr. Drew. What a dick.
No, not at all.
Why
It
don't
was
you
all
like
good.
Dr. Drew?
You want
I
us-
love Dr. Drew.
You want
It
us
was
to
all
attack
good.
him?
No,
All right,
I really.
All right, Jenny Hutt wants our fans.
Yeah.
What?
No, do not.
What?
No, I do not.
What? I.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I'm positive. And by the way, I
man.
love your fans, and I love all of you. And so,
Wait, why
no.
are you nodding yes?
Why are
Oh,
you
she's nodding yes.
bad-mouthing- why
as
are
she
you
says that.
bad-mouthing
She's
Dr.
not
Drew?
nodding anything.
She's nodding
Come
yes,
on,
so-
you're acting the paparazzi shots are so bad
Oh,
because
they're
he takes
terrible.
the worst pictures.
He does take
It makes
horrible
me look like a
pictures.
fucking freak.
Oh, man.
I know. It's bad, and he thinks it's funny.
You look like the Wendy's girl's
Mom?
sister.
Grandmother?
Older sister.
But I know I'm old. It's okay. I
No,
get it.
you're not.
You were
You're not
referring
old.
to
You look
Julia
great.
Roberts as long in the tooth
She's getting a little
earlier.
long in the
Yeah.
tooth.
I'm like, we're the
Little
same
bit.
age. I'm
Little
old.
bit.
It's okay. It's fine.
Oh, boy.
What are you
Oh,
gonna
look
do?
at that, though.
Little bit.
Look at you
But look
with your
where you used
round
to be.
face.
Right.
Yeah, you was a
Very
big
good.
fat lady.
I want to pinch those cheeks and then put my dick between the other ones.
Oh, great. Thanks for that.
How are you keeping the weight off? It's been a while
Funny.
now.
I
Anthony's
exercise a lot, and I
Anthony's
try not
baby
to.
talk.
I did say yesterday you do a good job on the radio.
You did? Thank you.
There's not many that do.
Thanks.
As far as the females go, because they have to play that role of that dumb hole crap.
I like listening to you guys.
Who wouldn't?
By the way,
I
I'm
know.
right there with you.
Apparently,
Your
a
fans
lot of
are
wonderful,
rabid, amazing,
wonderful
involved,
people.
Literally
passionate.
rabid. They have rabies.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
terrible
Yes.
people.
Yeah. But I like how you engage with them, Anthony. You go back and forth. So do you. Opie, I can't believe how many Sudokus you send out.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Why is that awesome?
Give it back.
Who cares?
I've seen the shrines. I've sent pictures of the shrines with the autograph posters, pictures, the Sudoku,
Sudokus.
the sticker.
You need
Like
something.
a shrine.
You should do. I don't know. Like,
Nudes.
Yeah, nudes.
Nudes would be good.
We got the Today Show
Semi-nude. Ass
apology if you want to hear it.
I do want to
Did you hear the Joan Rivers thing?
I did, and I was listening to you guys this morning.
What's your
talk about
point
it.
on that? What's your point on that?
I mean,
What's your
Joan Rivers has earned her keep in this
Is that how
business,
Dr. Drew does
and
it?
she was just making a joke. And I get the sensitivity surrounding that joke, but
Real
I'm
life.
trying to say nothing.
Look, real life Jenny Hutt thinks it's hilarious. On
Right.
Dr. Drew's show, she'd be like, "It was outrageous, and I was not happy to hear it, Dr.
Well, I don't think
Drew."
those girls were amused.
Yeah.
listen, it was
Those
fun.
girls went through a living hell, and I don't think, and George Zimmerman is somehow to blame.
Yes, he is.
So you're sure?
you know.
You're sure you want the pest to attack?
I do not want them
okay.
to touch him.
So what's
Please
this-
do not.
Why? Oh.
Do not. Please.
Something in the
We're all
works?
good.
Something in the pipe?
Everything
They're
is,
hoping
yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
callback.
hopefully things are going to happen.
Your
in
own
a
show on
positive
Headline
way.
News?
No,
That'd be
definitely
nice.
not.
Replace
Yeah, maybe you
that.
could be
Who wants
Nancy
to be on my
Grace's
own show?
sidekick. You could like bring her hay and things to feed on in between
Yeah,
takes.
yeah.
That fucking vulture.
You could bring her
Barnyard animal?
abortion
A barnyard
burritos
animal.
to eat.
Yeah.
Devil's imp.
Help her with fucking hashtags.
Yeah.
Look,
With the
there's
hashtag.
there's a
right.
dead baby, Nancy. Quit
I gotta
smiling.
do my show now. I love you guys. I wish I could stay in here.
All right.
Oh, it
Bye,
is
Jenny
fun.
Hutt.
Thanks,
Will
Jenny.
you let the guy wave
No.
to you,
Later,
Chris?
later you
Okay,
can
bye.
wave.
Maybe
You can wave
later.
the back of our heads on the
man.
elevator.
Let me check
It's
that
Jenny Hutt on Twitter with
Wait, I'm
two
I'm
T's.
not wearing the vest because I know you.
Let me check that. Let's
go.
Your boobs
that
are all
ass.
right, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Do we give her a hard time, you think?
There's stupid fucking aquatic pants.
Aquatic.
I don't like her fucking
You know.
she's flippers with those.
Shit. It does look like a wetsuit.
Yeah.
I like that sexy talk with her.
All right.
You know,
But she like demands being treated like that.
she does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at her all fat in that picture.
Do you kind of like her even when she's fat, though?
You know what? There's something about her.
It got rid of all the
I
wrinkles.
don't know. It did. That's like Botox, that fat.
What does that imply about now?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like when you,
Once you
deflate a balloon that was blown up.
I was right there. I swear. I stammered, and you got right in there. Fuck, my stupid stammering got
She
in the way.
was chubby.
She was chubby.
A little chubby.
Cute face, though, you know.
Yeah.
I like that hair on her. That's that Wendy's girl color.
You're looking for that fiery red bush.
The elusive fiery red bush.
Right.
Gotta find it.
So the Today Show had to apologize for Joan Rivers.
I rubbed my fingers together like Indiana Jones did before he took the gold head off the pedestal.
Yeah.
When I see a fiery red bush, I'm like, just ready to fucking dig in.
You really like the fiery red bush, huh?
Yeah. It's because it's so elusive.
Freckled lips.
Freckled lips.
Yeah.
It's like that maggot cheese that Bourdain was talking about.
I'm not
It's
looking
elusive.
for a Ronald McDonald red.
Okay.
I like a nice auburn. I like a nice reddish, but you know, you could tell it's because I'm brown in the air kind of thing, you know?
Well, here's the Today Show. Joan Rivers gets very funny on their show, and what does the Today Show do? They have to apologize the next day.
What'll you do?
Instead of explaining to their viewers that she's a comedian and she's going to tell some jokes, and that doesn't mean she doesn't care about what happened to those 3 young ladies in Cleveland.
Or just not acknowledging it at all. It's part of what happened on the show, and it doesn't need to be acknowledged.
Addressed. Let it be.
It's just there.
But they had to do this.
We got a little bit of housekeeping here. We want to talk about something that happened on the show on Tuesday. Joan Rivers was a guest on this program. During our
This is embarrassing.
Should we apologize? Should we apologize?
Fucking groveling.
What the?
They're just groveling, insincere twats. Groveling.
You can't do an entertainment show then. You're not allowed to.
No.
Rivers was a guest on this program. During our interview, she made a comment at the expense of the Cleveland kidnapping victims. They have asked her for an apology. As of this morning, Joan has not given one. We regret her comment was made on our air deeply and truly. I hope our reactions in real time show the way we felt about her.
Fuck you.
Did you see us? Did you see us? The way we reacted?
Who was that?
We didn't laugh.
It's Willie Geist, who I like. He was
I
on
like him
MSNBC, and I thought I had hope for the guy, but obviously he's getting fucking knocked down to be just like the rest of these fuckers.
Good for him. He'll do well.
Yeah, of course.
He will.
He'll make millions and millions of dollars, you know, just doing it their way. But he doesn't believe this shit.
By the way we reacted, just to bring that up, like, look at replay.
Right.
We were good.
See?
We were very like,
no one laughed. None of us.
Oh, that's terrible.
Right.
Oh, that's terrible.
On our air deeply and truly. I hope our reactions in real time show the way we felt about her attempted joke, if you want to call it that. This is
if you want to call it
it was a joke. You know it was a joke. You know it was a joke.
If you want to call it that.
That's exactly what she was doing, telling a joke, and you know that.
Come on, man.
Wow.
The Today Show fucking stinks.
If you could call it that.
It was a joke.
It was a joke, flat out.
And you know exactly what she was going for when she said that.
On our air deeply and truly. I hope our reactions in real time show the way we felt about her attempted joke, if you want to call it that. This is a live broadcast every day. We can't control what our guests say.
Then
Joan's
shut
been
up
a guest
about
on
it.
Today many times, but we absolutely do not condone what she said.
Oh
here
my
this week.
God,
I
what
hope it was clear at the time, and we'll make it clear again. We obviously didn't find it funny.
Wow. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
How many? And you hear the hands in the background? Yeah. What he's saying, I agree too. And they use the word. They use condone. I told you.
Condone.
They love the condone.
How many fucking times is he going to grovel here?
Listen for the yes.
I hope it was clear at the time, and we'll make it clear again.
Yes.
We obviously didn't find it funny. We didn't approve of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Heartfelt apologies to the Cleveland kidnapping victims as well.
No question. All right, let's get a check of the weather now.
You know what? Don't do entertainment then. Just please don't do it.
Let's go to the weather.
You're not capable of doing
I want
it.
to apologize too. I've put a sad face, son, on the weather map today to show that I'm very sad of the reaction that...
Al Roker goes to roasts. We've seen him at roasts.
Yeah.
He understands humor, and he understands that it can be brutal at times. Don't say a so-called joke. It was a joke.
God.
Really fast. Let's say hi to Jeff in Brooklyn. Jeff.
Fucking, I don't understand what the big fucking deal is with these people. Who gives a shit? I would be fucking thrown off of any sort of public television show for the shit that comes out of my mouth. I don't understand it.
Right. Unnecessary.
Fucking who gives a shit? Fucking everything's so PC, it's retarded.
Oh, retarded. Hey, yeah.
Don't say
easy.
retarded, please.
Look,
we don't condone that.
At the Opie
whatsoever.
and Anthony show, don't condone that. And we want to apologize profoundly and profusely and proly.
Proly, sure.
I don't even know what
That's just disgusting.
He kept having
that's
anymore.
And that's up to Joan Rivers. If she wants to apologize, whatever. It's not up to you guys.
That so-called joke.
So-called joke. That was the line that drove me nuts.
The chicken was indeed trying to cross the road for other reasons than getting to the other side, so we apologize to the chicken or anyone offended, any chicken Americans that might be offended by that joke, that so-called
joke.
That so-called joke. Actually, you would not put Velcro on the ceiling. We would like to apologize for that so-called joke. Actually, you can't slice somebody that thin to fill potholes. So we want to apologize for that so-called joke.
That's embarrassing. Where's Sebastian Bach is here?
Yeah.
Where is he?
I don't know. We're a nation of fucking hypersensitive babies who need jokes explained to us because we take them literally now, and we would like the apology.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that, Jimmy. I don't think we're a nation of that. There's a small minority of people that are that, and for some reason we cater to all those people. I don't get it.
Then we're guilty of catering to them. You're
Of
right.
course.
I think you're right, but we are guilty
I don't think
of
it's
it.
the majority. I don't think it's even close to the majority.
There's
but
nothing
for some
you
reason,
can do about it, though. It's. I think if the masses of people that actually didn't care actually got together and showed that they didn't care, it would be amazing.
Duck Dynasty, proof that you can say something that a lot of people don't like, and more people are okay with it, and you get back on TV.
Always more people will be okay with it than not. Always.
Way more people would be okay with it, but for some reason,
or at least not care that anyone said it.
And it goes back to your point. It fucks entertainment up because the children angle is relevant here as well, because now the people that don't give a fuck that Joan Rivers did that and probably really enjoyed that are not going to be able to hear that type of stuff on the Today Show because they are catering to the minority. The very small minority.
The number of people that actually enjoy the joke, it isn't even just them. It's the people that don't give a fuck. That's the vast majority of people that don't care. But you add them into the number of people that did enjoy the joke, and you got a fuckload of people that think protesting it or having to apologize is ridiculous.
Right.
Goddamn ridiculous.
With that, we say hi to Sebastian Bach.
Sebastian.
He's coming in now.
Come on in there, Sebastian.
What's up, Sebastian?
Hey, man.
Take a seat. Pull up the mic. We're
looking good,
We're
sir.
cranking.
How are you?
We're right here.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
How you been, man?
What's up, man?
Well, I just remember like 3 years ago, and you came in, and I came in to this exact chair. You were sitting right there. You were sitting right there, and you go, "I can't believe I'm holding a CD." It's like a typewriter. And then here we are 3 hours later. 3 hours.
3 hours.
It's like
Idiot.
It's like going back to your old.
3 years later, and I got a new CD.
We're like going back to your old high school. We just stay fucking here.
That's wild.
And you travel the world, and then you come back.
Well, isn't Sirius XM such a kind of like? I mean, like if you got it, that's all you listen to, and it's like your whole world.
Right.
But it's like a world. You know?
because you can kind of go from 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I always listen to the 70s channel.
Do you like the 70s channel?
I love the 70s
channel. Is pretty good.
The singing, it's the singing that I love.
See, I
they knew how to sing back then.
The harmonies, the Eagles,
There you
Steely Dan. This is quality
lot
singing.
of harmonies. I do love
Except
that.
for Get Over It by the Eagles. We hate that song.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good one, is it? Get over it. Quit your bitching and your moaning and your fighting and your lying. Get over it. That's not.
We've been on
the
it.
dark desert highway. Different era.
We saw the Eagles documentary and we loved it, but then they had to do the whole Get Over It. Their comeback
I
song.
love that documentary.
It was amazing.
That is.
I didn't know they were backups for Linda Ronstadt. Who knew that?
Well, who knew that Joe Walsh, the greatest quote, he goes, "If I was awake, I was doing that shit." And I was like, whoa, okay.
Man,
like, okay, you're awake? Fucking, I'm awake.
Amazing.
What do you think? What do you think? The 70s or 80s, there was more partying going on the road?
I have to come back to the classic Dennis Leary skit where he goes, what the fuck? He goes, John Lennon, George Harrison, James Brown, the greats, leave us, leave this earth, leave us without their art. You put Motley Crue in a fucking room with 15 pounds of blow. They come out 2 weeks later, what the fuck? Let's rock! Let's rock! Let's rock! Let's rock! John Lennon, gone too soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Mick Mars, let's fucking go.
Still ready to...
He's indestructible, Mick Mars. He's fucking indestructible.
So I don't
He's hanging in there.
No, we're lucky to be alive, you know.
a lot
of us.
a lot hardier of a group, I think, the 80s.
More coke, right?
As far as
more
drugs
coke.
went.
Well, just the norm back then was Jack Daniels and blow. That was like
man.
normal.
Jesus.
Normal. Standard.
Jack
If you're not
and
doing that,
blow.
like...
Right.
You know, I do Jack and I go to jail immediately. like, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. But you're going to jail.
You were doing it back in
tons.
In the day,
I remember one of the worst moments I knew this wasn't good was when we played like CNE Stadium in Toronto.
The Normo Dome.
Yes, and we had so much blow. We had so much blow. It was Guns N' Roses tour. Just couldn't even fucking. It was crazy. And so, listen, what we thought was a good idea. Decided to go go-karting. At like 11 or 12 of it. And the next day, we've been up all night,
That's
right?
fucking great.
Yeah, why not? We're all high. And then I think it's funny to turn the go-kart around and go opposite on the track against dads with kids and shit.
It's funny.
Wow! We're go-karting! We're on tour! The kids are going, ah!
Wow.
Yeah, and then I look back, I go, don't, you know... Let's get in a little nuts.
Keep the go-kart going in the same direction now.
Let's at least do that.
As the family hour.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you ever stay up all night and then do a show the next night without sleeping?
Jimmy. Here, I haven't slept a lot right now because I'm on a crazy schedule. I have a new record out called Give 'Em Hell.
Yes.
I'm playing tonight in New York City, so let's get that out of the way.
Where are you playing?
Oh, man.
BB King's.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
But, do you remember, here's a story maybe I shouldn't tell, because when I'm tired, I don't give a fuck what I say, really.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great. Give him the mic. That's our job. So, oh, God.
Look at this. This is a CD. That's so weird.
That was only 3 hours ago.
It looks cool, man.
Do you remember the night? Do you remember the show where Axl beat up the city of St. Louis?
Yes.
Was there a riot?
He jumped in the crowd, started throwing.
Yes.
Yeah, he was very angry at somebody down there.
The night before, we were fucking... we were at a strip club in St. Louis, and just, you know, up the whole time, and you know, yeah, that was one of those nights.
We were up all night, do the show the next night.
Yeah.
What was it like to be in the 80s with Axl Rose in a strip club in St. Louis? That must have been a fun place.
I could tell you more, but I'm writing a book. Dude, don't, you know.
You guys got
it'll be Opie and Anthony's book.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you guys get along? You and Axl?
Yes.
Yeah, they're still good friends, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
Did the girls want to dance for you too in the strip club? Imagine
how annoyed with a regular customer.
The regular fucking Joe that just left his job to go to the strip club and maybe get a little attention from the girls, and fucking Sebastian
has all
Axl
12
are in
of
there.
them.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, just shish-kebabbing women.
My dollar not good enough for you, bitch.
He left a fat one for that guy.
The fucking bounce.
But you know what? When you're that into the blow, when you're that into the blow,
You're not even
that
thinking
can.
about it.
One time we were in Germany at a whorehouse, and it was a very ornate, beautiful Victorian building in like Cologne or something, and the promoters, it was a big fucking deal. These whores were expensive. But me and Duff we just wanted to blow. We didn't give a fuck. And we were down in the basement. Like there's like a hot tub, and then there's like the heating ducts and like all the guts of the building and shit. And we're like, where's the fucking blow? And all these chicks are all over us. We're like, where's the blow? And all these chicks are no.
Yeah.
And we were in a hot tub. I remember we were like pretty much nude, and steam is everywhere. Somebody comes up and gives, well, we ran out of hot tub because we didn't want it to get it, like, you know.
No, the steam.
Yeah, we
get
that away. So then we're like in the fucking closet in the you know, on the heating duct, doing lines, and all these chicks are waiting for us, and we didn't give a fuck.
Keep those naked chicks away from us. They'll just take our blow.
But I remember thinking, what is wrong with us? Why would we be
Nothing. You were working exactly like a human being on blow should have operated. Right. I want more blow.
Yeah, 2 men in the closet just talking to a mop while fucking naked girls are waiting.
Exactly.
But there comes a time when the blow just freezes you up. You know, like when you first start doing it, it's like the greatest thing ever. You talk about everything, everything's great, and then you do lines like, it's okay, it's okay. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? What happened to this drug?
God, if you get me through this one, I'll never do it again.
Or you run out, you're lying and the sun's up, and you can't sleep, and you pray to the Lord. I swear, if you just let me go to sleep, I'll never do this again. I will be the best human being that I can be. Please, would you please? Is there a worse feeling than that?
Knowing you got a gig that night, too.
And your brain's just, you can't sleep, and it's...
Do you know how much sleep I need to sing 18 Life? Jesus Christ.
Well,
I got to hit some notes here, God.
Yeah.
I need a nappy.
What time, if you're trying to fall asleep and you couldn't fall asleep, would you look at the clock and finally go, fuck it, I'm actually staying up? Like,
this is the worst feeling
it's terrible.
in the world.
Horrible.
You know, you got to learn to just destroy the clock.
Oof. Right.
You know, get rid of the clock.
Jeez.
It's a weird scene.
Yeah, when it's 10 in the morning and then it's noon and you're like, oh boy.
Here we go.
I'm not going to sleep, I don't think.
Well, you know the funniest thing? When I was Jekyll and Hyde on Broadway, the more haggard and fucked up I would get as Mr. Hyde, it would work for the role. They go, he's fucking good. I'd be like,
I saw that with you, and that was great,
Is he
man.
ever good? I mean,
He's loaded.
out of my mind.
Fucking great.
And SFX is like, he's a good actor. He should play Jesus. And I didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, that's right. I'm acting. Yep. Yeah.
That was an amazing show. I saw it too.
Yeah, that was a good one,
as
man.
well.
That was good.
You never
I
got
would
any
love
more?
to do it again.
You get any more Broadway after that?
I actually almost just did. They have this crazy production of Jesus Christ Superstar with Johnny Rotten.
Holy shit.
Have you heard about this?
No.
Johnny Rotten and the guy from Incubus or something. I know it's weird, but I was supposed to be in that, but it didn't work out.
Jesus or Judas? Who had the best songs?
Heaven on Their Minds is the best song. Judas. The devil always gets the best songs.
Yeah.
My new album's called Give 'Em Hell.
That's right.
In stores now.
Nice. I don't know.
That carries CDs, so like one store in like Omaha.
It's almost silly to have CDs printed, Sebastian. They'll download it.
You know, you can go right across the street and get it at Tower Records. No, you can't, actually.
Tower Records.
Tower Records.
Well, iTunes and download, but it saves the overhead.
It's cool.
You know, you fucking pay less to have it all done.
Yeah.
It is really amazing when you think of the amount of record stores there used to be and the size of them, like Tower, the big chains. You'd go in and you couldn't even look at all the merchandise that was there, and then all of a sudden it seemed like overnight, boof, we don't need this shit.
I remember one Christmas I was at a mall in New Jersey, Monmouth Mall. And I can't remember, Sam Goody.
Sam Goody.
Can't even remember the name, right?
Goody's got it.
And I remember all the people behind the cash register were pissed. Like, fuck this industry. This is bullshit. Nobody's buying these fucking things anymore. I'm staring going,
oh, man.
Like they're yelling and mad and this sucks.
It really, it happened very quickly.
Was Tower the first one to just shit the bed? Tower Records, was that the first
That was
of the
a
major
biggie.
ones to go down?
But you know, remember the one down here in New York?
Virgin Megastore?
Yeah, that was killer.
That
you
was a
could
big
get
one.
lost in those
Yeah,
stores.
they
Like
were giant.
I mean, it comes down to the basic difference. When we were kids, you had to, you get $7
Yeah.
And you work, you cut lawns, or you deliver papers, or you work for that $7.
Yeah.
You go to the record store, spend all day in there,
Because you had to
looking
make
at
a
everyone
fucking
going,
decision.
Which one am I getting?
You had a decision to make.
And it was really important.
It was.
And you cherish that motherfucker.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
cut lawns for this. Now you're a kid. You press a button, you get every single song ever created by humans in the history of mankind, ever in the history of rock.
For free,
For
on your
nothing.
phone.
Yeah.
For free.
Yes, on your phone.
Oh, this is great.
That's it.
How do you...
Jimmy was talking
Ever
the other
recorded by-
days, walking down the street, and you just think of something like, oh, that
Last night,
song
yeah.
I want. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep,
And now
it.
you have it.
Got it.
Now you just have it. It took, you had to figure out how to get to the fucking record store.
I know.
Mom,
Can you
I need a
drive
ride.
me?
Come on, Mom. But it's Boston.
So how do you guys make your money then?
Well, did you see
touring,
Bette
right?
Midler? Bette Midler posted a tweet. She got a check from Pandora. She got 4,600,000 plays, and she got $128.
Wow.
And that's on her Twitter. She posted, and I was like, "Wow, dude, 4 million plays, $128.
Wow.
Killer. Rock and roll. This is great.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so you guys must hate like Spotify and all this. I heard they fuck the artists too. They don't give the artists money.
Well, you know what I don't
Or
like
enough
is
money.
the sound quality. Like you spent like a new record right here. Give 'em Hell spent over 6 figures making this fucking thing, right? And you get it tweaked in the studio, so it's like Star Wars. Like it's insane. Like
Yeah.
you can't, and then you email it to somebody or upload it and download it. It's like. And you got to think, no, listen, this really does sound good. If you would ever be able to actually hear it,
Yeah.
you know, it's like getting what you make to the fans is like a maze of 98 KBS or 128K or 3. I go, what the fuck? Just fuck with. It's endless, like YouTube and fucking.
You're falling asleep on the couch in the studio, listening to the same bass line just to get the fucking thing like tweaked perfectly. And it's like, now I'll pretty much
Spotify
beam it to somebody like Star Trek. We'll tear it apart, send it digitally over some
and put on those little iPhone things, and that'll be perfect because those sound great. And it's like,
oh my
God. Why are we spending all this money?
Why fucking bother?
Fly all the fans to the studio so they can hear it one time.
Right?
A lot of people call, and someone wants to know if you ever partied harder than when you were on tour with Pantera in the early 90s.
Well, those guys really
They knew how to
loved
do it.
drinking. Each band's had their like it was not a lot of blow at all with Pantera, if any, actually. It was all booze.
Wow.
With Guns N' Roses, it was coke, and booze.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't make mints.
Booze makes it really harder to function the next day.
I felt like a wimp because I would go and do my warm up for my show, which consisted of la 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 li 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 lo 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 lo, and then Pantera and Phil go, hey Burke, come in here, and he'd line up 48 shots of Crown Royal, do a couple push-ups, and just go, wow, let's rock, and I'd be going, lo, 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 lo. I go, what is wrong with this picture? Who's having more fun here?
Oh, that's funny.
And Axl, too, because every singer's different, right?
Yeah.
And so you got to figure out your pipes and what makes them work and stuff.
Yeah.
And some guys just go up there and do it. I have to work at it to make it sound the way I want. And I was talking about this to Axl, and he... And I said, yeah, I do my vocal scales, and then I'll put on some old Journey, and I'll sing along to that. He goes, what? And I go, well, yeah, because it's like high singing. He goes, Baz, if I had to sing along to old Journey records, I wouldn't be doing this. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I had to.
When the lights Go out.
That's a good
city.
singer, though. Chicks dig that. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
You waddle yourself up to the microphone at karaoke and you belt out the high note and don't stop believing you're getting laid that night.
Do you ever go to karaoke and do it? Or no?
I have. Right when I got divorced.
That's just leave the fucking karaoke bar, though.
You can Google this on
follow
YouTube.
Sebastian Bach.
Go Sebastian Bach divorce drunk. You will have fucking I lived at karaoke. It seemed that every bar I went to right when I got divorced was a karaoke bar. Not by me going there. Like I would show up karaoke and I'd get fucking just ripped and get up there and sing for hours.
How fucking annoying as a guy that would just want to go and go, it's up to you, New York, and then fucking Sebastian gets up and blasts fucking Journey, like hitting every note. Oh my God.
It's on TMZ, actually.
Five
Me
girls
really
up there.
loaded.
Go on now, go! Walk out the door! Just turn around!
Of course. I've been there. I love it.
That is what it is.
I love it. I love karaoke.
It's really fun.
State. I got a bar in my basement.
You do?
With a movie theater and a karaoke state. I made sure there's a full fucking karaoke setup down there.
It is fun.
And he does it alone.
When it's your first night of karaoke, you got to sing karaoke.
Yeah. I don't drink anymore, but there is something unbelievably fun about getting drunk and singing karaoke.
Yeah. And it's always like somebody will come down and be like, "Oh man, there's no fucking way you get me up there."
A couple drinks,
couple of hours later, they're there. What is the loneliest number one? It's fucking fantastic.
But you do it with guns, which makes it a little special.
Well,
it's got a few videos out there where he's doing karaoke with giant,
with a fucking 50 cal.
With a 50
to mix it up a little because there's a lot of karaoke videos. So I was just, why don't I sing like a real nice tender song, like Lionel Richie's "Hello," but I'm holding a 50 caliber rifle in my hands, you know.
That's a good one.
And mixed it up a little bit.
I'm actually on a new TV show, ABC TV, on May 31st at 9 p.m. called "Sing Your Face Off," which is a singing competition show because the world needs one more of those. there's not quite enough of them. Here comes the next one. This is going to be the best one yet.
What are you doing on the show?
I love them. It's never been done. The show's called "Sing Your Face Off."
And Daryl Hammond, I know, is a judge.
Yes.
And who's the judge?
Carmen Electra. Richard Simmons.
Are you a judge?
No, I'm going to be singing my face off.
Sing your face off.
Are people competing against you?
Yeah, but it's not me trying to be me. It's like when you see how frustrated I get.
Really?
Yeah, it's
you get you have to perform as legendary icons.
Yes, I have to become another dude or another chick.
Wow.
That's cool.
Fuck.
And John Lovitz does a great job. I mean,
can he sing?
I'm telling you, he can really sing.
Wow, that's amazing.
He does Pavarotti. I don't know whether I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. Whatever.
No, that made people want to watch it, I think.
But
just say it.
You know, I was like, you're doing Pavarotti, it's going to suck. And he gets
real
there,
nice.
and he was fucking really good. Really good.
I can sing, Jack.
He sang it amazing. Yeah. So that's fun. That's
Wow, so-
May 31st.
So you got
9 p.m.
Is it like people that are kind of out of your wheelhouse kind of a thing?
No, I'm the only rock guy. It's Lisa Rinna. She's not very rock.
No. No.
She does really good impersonations.
But I mean, when you have to impersonate whoever you do, is it somebody that is rock or is it somebody that's way off?
That's, you know, people describe me as TV gold. I don't know. I don't know how to take that.
Right.
But you remember the show Supergroup with Ted Nugent that I was on a long time ago?
Yes.
Well, it was Supergroup, and TV Guide, that was a one sentence review. It said, Supergroup. Well, it's a group.
Oh, wow.
2-word review. It simply said shit sandwich.
Shit sandwich.
Shit sandwich.
Shit sandwich. But
oh fuck.
It's a funny show.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'll check that out.
That's a very different angle on it, though. That's
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
is something I would want to see.
Well, like, I mean, there's prosthetics, and, like, you know, maybe
Wow.
maybe if I was to perform as, say, perchance Freddie Mercury, maybe they would put some big, huge chiclets in my teeth, and I'd be out there going, Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go.
70s porno stash.
You never know. That
whole
might
deal.
happen. You know?
So,
or maybe one episode I could come out as a very tall chick. That would be crazy,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Would you get to choose the people you're?
No.
Oh.
Did you have you seen online some people that are just you wouldn't think they can sing like an artist, and then they're
Who's
like
this little girl that's in England that have you seen that? She comes out and just
a huge voice.
Yeah, crazy.
The one I just recently saw, there's some chubby Mexican dude that fucking sings "Welcome to the Jungle."
Oh, right. That
And
one
it's-
was amazing.
It's like he starts and you're like, all right, they dubbed it over. It's Axl.
Really?
And,
You gotta
and
see
the
this.
fucking
I
guy.
would like to see that.
You guys see this really
yeah,
fast.
yeah. We'll get that on. But there's a few people that is like, you know, and then this some tall, lanky guy is singing exactly like another artist. It really, there's some very talented people out there that I think before YouTube just had no outlet.
Well, how
You know,
about the guy in Journey? Or no?
Yeah,
my
they
God, what a
grabbed
story.
him up.
From the Philippines.
And
He's in his rice paddy with his iPad, and he's in Journey.
It's like, yeah, I'm in Journey.
Making $2.50 an hour.
It's per diem.
Right. Well,
Making his
How
per
much do you
diem.
think Steve Perry fucking hates that? How depressing for Steve
Where
Perry.
is Steve Perry?
He's like in a studio.
Where is he?
Vocal cover.
Wow.
There it is. First one, right?
But where is
Yeah, there he
he?
is.
I don't
Listen to this, Sebastian.
I love him.
Listen to this. Put your headphones on for a second.
Here he is.
That's not. That's
Dude,
not
that's
real. No, it's not.
I swear, right? Look. You can tell.
I
'cause
don't know where
Dude, that's hilarious, right?
These things are better than Axl.
That is absolutely not Axl. Say here. Is he singing along with the record,
This
though?
is really.
No, he's. This guy's nailing it.
I don't know if that's
I don't
real
know.
or not.
Is he singing along with the record, though?
No.
You can tell it's not Axl. Like,
He went too fast there. He went too
It's
fast.
so-
I don't know what to say. That's saying something.
Dude, that was. He went too fast. He should have played another beat.
Yep. And he looks like an extra from an LA gang movie.
Yes.
Yo, sing some Axl Rose, they say.
It's got 2 million hits.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
He's nailing it.
Yeah,
He's
is this the high one?
Juan the Beast.
He's right there. Holy shit.
He nailed it.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough one right there. That's high.
God damn.
That's wild.
I don't know why I think the record's playing in the background. I couldn't
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
It is pretty
Is there a term for Axl's voice? Because he has like a high and a grovelly thing. Someone said there's a term for the kind of voice he has.
diphthong. And that's, I'm not making that
Wow.
up. It sounds like a sex toy.
Yes.
But no, it's like it's
like
where
two
your
notes.
speaking voice is, but you kind of like go to the opposite of where it is. I don't know how else to explain
It's not a falsetto.
It is like it's like a nuclear falsetto.
Okay, it's a nuclear falsetto.
I don't know how he does it. He's very loud,
To
though.
get that rasp, and to be loud in a falsetto is very difficult.
Well, yeah.
And now you're full voice.
I'm not falsetto.
Which is insane with the range you
I'm
hit.
different. I'm different.
Was that like when your voice, like when you got your man voice as a kid? Actually, when is that coming in? Your man voice?
Do you want to hear something wacky? This is wacky. This is really true. I was the lead soprano of my church choir when I was 8. And I was like the little star of my church, and I was a little boy. I wore a cassock and a gown, and I was every Sunday singing these high soprano notes. Then I knew my voice was going to change, and I was about 12 or 13 when that happened. And I didn't want it to happen because I go, well, I'm not going to be the lead soprano and nobody's going to dig me. That's going to suck. That's like my whole vibe. Yeah. So I locked myself in my room and I put on like the Police and Rush and Zeppelin. And the exact month that my voice was changing, I wouldn't let it change.
Wow,
I
man.
kept screaming these high notes, and I wouldn't let myself out of my room.
Oh my God!
And I think I fucked up.
Maybe
my
you did
voice
something
forever, because that exact month I go, no, fuck you. I'm not gonna fucking do that. And listen,
it was the perfect combination of timing.
I just said no. I'm not gonna let my muscles do that. I'm not gonna be like Peter Brady. Time to change. I think it was that episode that made me do that.
Possible.
I can't be like Peter Brady in that episode.
Be like Mr. Brady.
Now I look like Carol Brady.
Sebastian has to go. I guess he's the best.
Oh, wow, look at the time. That fucking flew by.
Jeez.
Our show is done anyway.
Amazing. Sebastian Bach.
Thank you, Opie and Anthony. That is called a compact disc.
It's very strange to be
It's
in my
actually
hands.
the #1 selling iTunes top 200 metal album right now, which is awesome.
Very cool.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some killer screams on there.
Yeah.
If you're into screaming, fucking go for it.
It's called Give 'Em Hell. And you're performing at B.B. King's tonight.
BB King's tonight.
Nice.
And Sebastian Bach on Twitter if you want to keep up and find out what, because you're a great follow on Twitter. So,
absolutely.
You too, dude.
Thank you, man. It's great.
Sing your face off, May 31st.
I'm going to watch that.
ABC. He's out. Sebastian Bach.
Thanks, Sebastian.
Tim Norton's at Caroline's tonight.
Love it.
Thanks, Sebastian. Always a pleasure, brother. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do some pictures.
Play something. Take a picture and I'll do it.
Sorry, I thought. Well,
it's already gone. All right. Well, fuck. I got to do a stupid commercial.
Stop it.
It's not stupid. It's for Steven Singer, who is stupid, but the commercial's not stupid. You know what, Sam Roberts? Why don't you? 2 more?
Sebastian.
Oh,
man. For Twitter.
Here we go. All right.
No,
we'll just turn it loud.
1, 2. I'm not in this one.
I'm not in it then.
Fuck! I want to be all right, everybody. Get in here for the love of Jesus. We'll pull the mic over. We'll just.
You're blocking me.
Yeah.
I know. Look at the back end.
You won? Thanks, dude. Awesome. Have a great one.
Thanks,
buddy.
What a pussy. All right. Right where I left the music. It's right here, right where I left it. Hey, doesn't it make sense to buy your Mother's Day gift from the biggest mother of them all? That's Steven Singer. Steven Singer Jewelers. He's got exclusive gifts. Jewelry that'll last a lifetime. Like the I Love You Mommy diamond necklace, and that starts at $149. Famous gold-dipped roses with his new color, Radiant Orchid. It's a brilliant color. You can get Mom that and other beautiful, real American Beauty roses for just $59. The only rose guaranteed to last lifetime, only from Steven Singer Jewelers. You gotta hate this guy. Steven Singer. Get your mom something great. She's gonna love it. The Mommy, I Love You Mommy, Your Amazing Mommy necklace for $149, or the gold-dipped rose, just $59. Yes, go see him. He's at the other corner, 8th and Walnut in Philly. Or you call him. What is it? 800. Well, you know what?